Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled it out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. What is up? Yeah. Alrighty, Sixers are taking on the Washington Wizards tonight. The Wizards, they've won 2 out of their last 3 games, but they are also 3-16 on the season. They will be playing out at the Xfinity Mobile Arena in Philadelphia, taking on the Sixers, who are 10-9. The Sixers are coming off of a double overtime loss against the Atlanta Hawks, and are looking to try to get back in the W column today. No Quentin Grimes, no Joel Embiid, and still no Trendon Watford, and no Kelly Oubre Jr. For the foreseeable future for Trendon Watford and Kelly Oubre Jr., that is. But let's talk about tonight's matchup. So, actually, before I even get on into the matchup tonight, I have to get a couple things off my chest. I do not wish injury upon anybody in any sport. That's just ill will, in my opinion. But I think that with Quentin Grimes being out with a calf strain tightness, that's what I heard that they're calling it, I do think that it will be really nice to see Jared McCain out there and get some extra minutes. I just really want to see what he can do. I really do. I feel like that Jared McCain is sort of the odd man out, if you will. He's been the guy that, like, when he doesn't have the ball, he just stands around, and it doesn't feel like it's his offense. When I'm watching him out there, I'm watching Tyrese Maxey dominate the ball, and I'm not saying that Tyrese shouldn't get the ball, because of course, but he looks like with the way that the Sixers are running things, and I don't agree with how they are running things, but it just seems like that he is just I don't know. It feels like that he's not included in these plays. It feels like that these play calls are not meant for him, and I'm just hoping tonight that we can see more of Jared McCain on the ball with Quentin Grimes not playing tonight. Now, defensively, Jared McCain is just not a good defensive player at this point of his career right now. He's just not. He's small. He's small, but you know, when it comes to the Sixers and their schemes, it just feels like that Jared McCain is just out there as being more so of like a spot-up shooter and just a defensive player, and he's a liability on defense. So, but I am looking forward to seeing him out there tonight and getting him some quality minutes, because that's going to be big. I want to know what he can do. I'm tired. I'm so tired of this team just not giving us a lineup where we can just say everybody's going to play, or like we just don't know who's going to play every single game. And it is really infuriating. It's infuriating for the fans. It's infuriating, I'm sure, for the players, of course. But I can't wrap my head around what's going on with the medical staff. One night, VJ Edgecombe is out. One night, of course, Joel Embiid is going to be missing some time. Paul George missing some time. And then you just don't know if he's going to be in the lineup or not. Same thing with some of these other guys. Like, to me, it's just so weird, because you see this, you see this whole thing, and you just think to yourself, Like, how much longer are they just going to go with this route, right? The lineups are just different every single night. They're not getting any sort of consistency. And I give a lot of blame to Nick Nurse on a lot of things, but the one thing I can't blame him for is, how do you know who's going to play every single night? You got to game plan differently. Now, I don't really think he does a good job coaching at all, and that's another conversation. But how do you coach a team where you just don't know who's going to be in the lineup every single night, and you got to game plan differently? That's frustrating, and that is something that is just flat out annoying. So, but I do want to hear your thoughts down below. I want to hear what you guys think is going to happen in this game. I believe that the Sixers should absolutely win this game. With CJ McCollum out there, I just think that this Washington team just is in a rebuild mode. No Alex Sarr. They're actually missing a lot of their key players, too. They're without Sarr. They're without Corey Kispert. And they're missing some big key role players, too. Chris Middleton was also ruled as out for tonight, too. And Trey Johnson and Sharif Cooper. So they're missing guys. They really are. And they're very thin. And even when they're healthy, they're just not a good basketball team. They're trying to tank. They're trying to get more top picks and rebuild. And it's an ugly spot for them. So you got to go out there, take care of business, get the W. The last time that these two teams did play, it was on October 28th. That was the second game of the season. The Sixers ended up winning 139-134. That was in overtime against the Washington Wizards. All right, so again, comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this ball game. Who do you think is going to get the W? What are you looking forward to tonight? Who will win the MVP of this game? All that stuff, I really want to hear what you have to say. The other thing, too, that I did not get to admit or did not get to talk about is that VJ Edgecombe is out there again tonight. Now, which version of VJ are we going to get? Are we going to get vintage VJ? I don't know. How is he going to be utilized? Are there going to be small guard lineups where you have Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, and VJ Edgecombe out there? I'm sure that probably is going to happen at some points because, again, you don't have Quentin Grimes tonight. So, but yeah, Grimes, of course, leading the league in points off the bench. He's been a very good overall player for the Sixers. I mean, you scratch your head on the turnovers and some of the sloppy basketball that he does provide, but overall, he's been doing a really good job off the Sixers bench, just scoring at will, taking over in the fourth quarters, making big-time three-point shots. I mean, he's been overall a very, very good player for the 76ers team. Why is this? There it is. Good. Let me interact and press this. And we should be all good to go. Yes. All right, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and make sure that you guys turn on those notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live for 76ers, Philadelphia Phillies, and Philadelphia Eagles games as well. What's up, Cameron? What's going on, Daniel? How you guys doing? Oh, man. How many times will JJ say, and another wide open three for the Wizards, says Jay Decker? That's tonight's poll question. Yeah. So, yeah, give me your thoughts about this game. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. I think that this should be an easy W for the 76ers, but they don't really ever make it easy. They really don't. Don't collapse in any quarter is one of my keys for tonight's game. If they provide a collapse in the third or in the fourth quarter, I'm really going to be mad. I am. That I do think is a step in the right direction, even against a Washington Wizards team. Because we've seen this team, even when they play against Boston and other teams under 500, that they put up putrid stretches, that they don't capitalize when they should. And a lot of the times, it's been coming out of halftime, but recently it's been going on into the fourth quarter. We saw against the Atlanta Hawks, the Hawks went on, I believe it was like a 13-0 run to start off the fourth quarter, and the Sixers didn't even get a bucket within the first 4 minutes of the goddamn quarter. You know? So don't collapse and don't give up a big-time run is a key of mine for tonight. Also, let Jared McCain cook. I do. I think tonight is the night where you let Jared McCain cook and you see what he has out there. Again, with them not having Quentin Grimes available, I really want to see Jared McCain on the basketball more. Like, there's no excuse. There is no excuse. And then just let Tyrese Maxey be Tyrese Maxey, too. That'd be nice. Get the rebounds. Take care of the basketball. Don't collapse in any quarter. And don't put us to sleep. Got it, Sixers? Those are my keys for tonight's game. After this game, the Sixers are going to be on Thursday and Friday. They play a back-to-back. See, this is another reason why I didn't understand why Joel Embiid was going to play in this game, because he's clearly not going to be playing in one of the back-to-backs. Personally speaking, I want him to be playing against the Golden State Warriors over the Milwaukee Bucks. Even if Steph is out for Golden State, I would just like to see him play at home against the Warriors. I thought about it before. Let him play against the Warriors. Let him take the night off Friday and Saturday, and then play against LeBron and the Lakers on Sunday. That would be nice. So, but that's how. That is where I stand. That is where I am with the 76ers team. It just overall, it started off exciting. The Sixers won 4 games in a row, and ever since then, I mean, we've had a lot of head scratchers from our coaching staff. We've had games where VJ Edgecombe has looked like he's a star, and then other games where he just disappears. We've seen Quentin Grimes get really hot and then just go really, really cold. And the only bright spot, and I haven't really given the man a lot of flowers this year, and I really should, and I love him. I really do. I love watching his game. Tyrese Maxey has been phenomenal this year and is really putting the league on notice with everything that he's doing. I know that he had the 2 missed free throws in the last game, but this guy is logging 54 minutes and putting up 44. This guy is playing so many minutes, and he's doing so much. He's asked to do pretty much to carry the 76ers team. And the Sixers are nowhere near where they are if it weren't for number 0. That's just a fact. That's not even an opinion. All right, we will get on into the starting lineups in just a little bit. Jay Decker says they fall into playing way out of the perimeter with no inside-out game and no attacking the hoop. That's when they go cold. And Josh, a lot of that is on Nick Nurse. A lot of that is all schematics. A lot of it just comes down to defensive play calling and putting them in a position to succeed. And clearly, we've talked about it. I sound like a broken record. We've talked about it every single game. Oh, man. All right. They're missing Oubre for sure. Yeah. They're missing Oubre on the perimeter. I agree with that. Another body. Another man that's athletic out there. Another guy that can certainly give you some versatility, too. You're right. Absolutely. All right, so we're ready to get things started, and we will We will be underway in just a little bit. There's Jerry McCann out there. Look at him smiling. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for this game. I am actually pretty much looking forward to this. I am. So, no Joel Embiid, no Kelly Oubre, no Trendon Watford, and no Quentin Grimes. Alex Sarr, Chris Middleton, Corey Kispert, Trey Johnson, and Sharif Cooper are all out for the Washington Wizards. Tonight's referees. We'll get to that in just a couple of seconds, as Andre Drummond is out there to tip things off, and that is good. That's over Bilal Coulibaly. The Wizards lineup, it's Marvin Bagley III, Justin Champagnie, Kaishan George was listed as questionable in this game. He is out there in the starting lineup. And C.J. McCollum and Bilal Coulibaly, Sixers score first on a goaltending called on Marvin Bagley III. He's a very good defensive player. Sixers lineup, they got Paul George, Dominic Barlow, Andre Drummond, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe in their blue and white uniforms. There's a little step back, turnaround jump shot by Kaishan George, and he makes it from 16 feet. He's had a very good year, Kaishan. He's a young player who is 21 years old, averaging about 15.5 points per game, and also 6 rebounds and a little bit less than 5 assists. Here's a wide-open three knocked down by Paul George, and the Sixers lead at 5-2. Maxey, Drummond, George, Barlow, and Edgecombe out there for Philadelphia. So Kaishan George able to score the first 2 points for the Wizards. McCollum puts up a step-back three and can't get it to fall. Here's George with a foul line J, too strong. And that one goes in and out. It was rebounded by Justin Champagnie over on the left side. George with a three-pointer himself, and he got it to go. That's Kaishan George, not Paul George. Now that'll tie the game up 5-5. Maxey will give it up over to VJ Edgecombe. Sixers, by the way, are going from right to left, and the Wizards are going from left to right. Edgecombe with an elbow J, hits it from the left hash mark, and gets it to fall, and the Sixers now lead at 7-5. Drop those emotes in the chat. Get active. Become a member today. It's only $2.99 a month. Memberships obviously do support the channel and help us go a long way. Maxey with a straight-up three, and he can't get it. He chucks it from another area code. He was 2 for 13 in the last game from downtown, and hopefully he can get something brewing. Didn't really have a good first half, but then put up a very phenomenal second half, being aggressive, getting a lot of and ones in the last game against the Hawks. Drummond gets the rebound off of the miss by Bilal Coulibaly. Maxey on an island, puts up a three, and knocks it down. And he went to the crossover, stepped back. He knew it was good as gold. And so Maxey gives the Sixers a 10-5 lead. So they have cut the lead, or have doubled the lead, excuse me. All right, George, Barlow, Drummond, Maxey, and Edgecombe. Another wide-open three-pointer by Washington, and they get their own offensive rebound. It was Marvin Bagley III who was able to clean up the glass. Bagley III tries to get an alley-oop pass from Kaishan George. It's swatted away by Paul George, and it'll go on out of bounds. We need 38 more subscribers, by the way, to get us to 8,200. Asia's also here. Cameron is here as well. What's going on, guys? Shout out to you. The uncontested threes have to stop. They're very lazy. Yep. Again, sound like a broken record. It's all on the coaching staff. McCollum lost the ball as Paul George intercepts it on the ground. He sort of lost his footing, but he got to the ball. Gives it up to Maxey, who tries to outrun everybody, but he can't finish with the right hand. And it's rebounded by Washington. Kaishan George, straightaway three-pointer. Swish goes the basketball. And it's now a 10-8 game. George, Paul George that is, gets the ball intercepted off of a bad pass to Dominic Barlow. It was intercepted by Justin Champagnie. His putback jam is no good. Paul George gets the rebound. All right. Sixers only up by 2. It's a 3-0 run by Washington. George swings it around the timeline. Edgecombe's three-pointer is a little bit short. That was from the top of the key. Keyshawn George rebound. Outlet pass over to McCollum, and we have a goaltending called on VJ Edgecombe, and we are tied up at 10 apiece. Bilal Coulibaly with a rebound and a Hail Mary of a throw to C.J. McCollum as it hits the backboard first. Edgecombe just mistimes it, and we're tied up at 10. Sixers have got to do a better job out in transition. That's been a part of their flaw, too. Barlow, Eurostep, floater, too strong again. Not a good take there by Dominic Barlow. And now Coulibaly goes down the lane, and Keyshawn George puts up a little layup, and Andre Drummond gets the rebound. It's 7:16 p.m. Eastern Time. Maxey crosses over, tries to give it up to Drummond. It bounces off of his right hand, and it goes out of bounds. Drummond was in the dunker spot, and he just could not hang on to the basketball. It slipped out of his fingers, and another turnover by Philadelphia. And Paul George is actually going to take a seat right now. It's only been 4.5 minutes. Remember, he was also complaining a little bit about his back after the first game was done in his post-game press conference. Said that his back got a little bit tight. And we have some free throws coming up over on the other side as Andre Drummond fouls. Looked like it was Keyshawn George. Nope, it was Justin Champagnie. Scratch that. And Justin is going to try to give Washington the lead. Sixers are 5-6 at home and have a 10-9 overall record. This is their 20th game of the season. The first free throw is up and in by Justin Champagnie. His brother Julian Champagnie, known to be a very good three-point shooter. Justin, though, this year, averaging about 12.9 minutes per game, knocks down free throw number 2, and the Wizards increase their lead to 2. For those of you that are just tuning on in, we do like an old school radio play-by-play style for 76ers basketball, Phillies baseball, and Eagles football. Maxey couldn't get the finger roll finish to go. McCollum straight on 3. In and out it goes. Marvin Bagley the third offensive rebound, and he is fouled again. And the Sixers are going to take a timeout here. The foul is on Dominic Barlow. 6:53 left to go in the opening quarter. Not the start the Sixers wanted. So pretty much their game plan to come on out of the game is just to play iso basketball and not come up with good play calling to swing the hot potato around. They look so flat. All right. Who else is here in chat? What's up, Jacob? How are you? Already an ominous start on D. Sixers, no speed, no defense, no transition game, no offensive play calling strategy. That's what's going on. Chris is here. He says, let's go Wizards. What's going on, man? Shout out to you. Thanks so much for tuning on in. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being very poor, 10 being phenomenal, how would you rate the 76ers start? I'm going to go with a 2. Again, am I being tough on this team? I kind of am. Because I expect greatness. I do. I'm tired of all of this slop. Not knowing who's going to play on every single night with Joel Embiid, Paul George, and some of these other role players. You just never know who's going to be in this lineup. And it's just so baffling to me. And then from a coaching perspective, I guess at this point Nick Nurse is who he is, but I don't know. I haven't gotten over the fact that this guy looked like he was coaching so well in his first year. You saw a lot of crisp ball movement. And then ever since then, it's just been like, we're just going to let these guys go out there for 47 minutes in a basketball game, just run them into the ground, and just provide no sort of offensive play calling and be very sloppy out in transition on defense and leave all these wide open shooters open for a three. That's where I stand. But let me know what you guys have to say. JJ, I'm ready for baseball, says Jacob. Man, I got to tell you, with the weather changing, with it being 37 degrees outside, heck no. Heck no. I love baseball. Don't get me wrong. But the weather, it's too cold for baseball, man. It is. This is football, this is hockey, and this is basketball season. But I feel you. I do miss baseball. I do. Foul shot number 1 this time around by Marvin Bagley III is up and in to make it a 13-10 game. JJ, on week 16, the Eagles game is moved to 5. All right, cool. Thanks so much for telling me, man. 13-10 Washington, and now 14-10 as both free throws are good. Jared McCain is also out there, too, for the 76ers. So the lineup now, it's Edwards, McCain, Maxey, Barlow, and Bona. Maxey getting past everybody, lays it up, and lays it in with the right hand. He's doing it all himself. Euro step 2. Bagley again, spinning, turning, buying in on a pump fake, and Bona doesn't... Yep, there was a foul on the Den. Bona was just a late one. Marvin Bagley knew that it was going to come. Got Bona to lean in and jump over towards his right shoulder. And so we're going to have some more free throws. The Washington Wizards are doing a very good job at foul baiting. And that, to me, sort of like, I know it's a different sport, but it's sort of like penalties in football when it comes to just lack of discipline. Guys not setting their feet properly, not understanding what the play call is on defense. First foul shot is up and in by Marvin. And the second free throw coming on up. I did say that I was going to get to the referees and talk about who the refs are in this game. So that's now 6 free throws by Washington, and they've converted on all 6. They lead it by 4. McCain with a pass over to Bona in the near corner. Bona back to McCain for a catch-and-shoot 3. That one's a little bit short. And rebounded again by Marvin Bagley III. Sixers have turned the ball over twice. The Wizards have only turned it over once, but they're getting out rebounded. The Sixers 10-6. McCain, that's McCollum with a step back 2, and he's able to hit it in the face of Jared McCain. That now makes it 18-12. Curtis Blair, Natalie Sago, and John Butler are the referees in tonight's game. Maxey back outside, and there's a catch-and-shoot 3 by Justin Edwards, and it's nothing but nets. Man, 18-15, that is the score. Scott is here. What's up, Scott? How you doing tonight, JJ? I really want the 76ers to win. I think it's going to be 125-100. Shout out to Scott. Woo! Let's go. 18-15, 76ers have the ball. They could tie it with a 3 or cut the deficit to 1 with a 2. Tyrese Maxey is blitzed. He swings it over to Barlow, who's rolling downhill towards the basket, gets double team, goes up with a shot, and he is fouled very hard. Got slapped on the elbow. And he'll get on up. Bona and Edwards are going to help him up and help him go over to the foul line to shoot 2 foul shots. That was on Marvin Bagley III. We've talked about how great his defense has been for this Washington Wizards team. Marvin Bagley III has been a very good, solid defensive player throughout his career. He came off of a game on the 19th. This was his second to last game where he had 3 steals and 1 block. And earlier in November, he had 1 game against Detroit where he had 3 steals and 3 blocks in that game and did his job. That was just in 16 minutes when it came to his defense. It was very valuable. Foul shots are good by Dominic Barlow, and that'll cut the deficit to 1.
Excellent.
Defense! Bub Carrington out there for Washington. He launches a 3, and there's another offensive rebound by Bilal Coulibaly, and he puts it back up and gets it to fall. Sixers are getting eaten on the glass, and that's also been a big problem for the Sixers in this game. Maxey rolling downhill, goes up with the left hand, finishes over C.J. McCollum, who played a really good defense, but Tyrese Maxey's offense was just a little bit better. Coulibaly back to McCollum out in transition. McCollum fakes the floater and passes it inside over to Booker or to Bagley the third. Another shot goes up, and that is rejected by Dominic Barlow. However, he is called for a shooting foul, and more free throws coming on up. Tyrese Maxey was the one who sort of blocked McCollum's shots. He had a little piece of it. I thought it was a little pass instead, and it was a fake shot, but nope. He tried to shoot it, McCollum, and ended up resulting in a foul. So Justin Champagnier is at the line. He made his first foul shot. Paul George is going to come back on in for Dominic Barlow. He has to be careful because he's in foul trouble. And Tristan Vukcevic will enter on in for the Washington Wizards. Teams boat race the Sixers, so we will need to win with a higher scoring rate. Maxey at the logo. Now dribbles over with the left hand. Gives it back over to Jared McCain. McCain rolls to the basket with the right hand this time, and he lays it up and scoops and scores. That to a 1-point deficit for the 76ers. Good for Jared McCain to get into the scoring department finally. And now he has to get back on defense as McCollum gives it up over to Vukcevic, and Vukcevic turns it over. Was supposed to give it back to CJ, cut into the basket, but good job by the Sixers to provide the steal in the passing lane as Jared McCain was able to read it. Maxey misses a 3, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Washington Wizards. It'll be Sixers ball. We all know the definition of insanity. We're tuning in, hoping something changes for both the Birds and the Sixers, and it's not happening. McCain with a catch-and-shoot 3. Bullseye! Let's go, Jared. Jared McCain knocks it down, and that gives the Sixers their first lead of the game, or their first lead in a while, I should say. They had a 10-5 lead, but, well, they now lead it by 2. And I'm going to take a very, very quick breather. Don't go anywhere. It's 24-22. I don't know what that was. That was bad. Alrighty, in case you guys just missed it, the 76ers lead at 24-22. Jared McCain just scored 5 straight points for Philadelphia, and it's good to see him out there getting shots up and getting shots to go on in. There's no Quentin Grimes in this game. He's out with calf strain tightness. Joel Embiid is also not available, and the Sixers, of course, are still missing Trendon Watford and Kelly Oubre Jr. What has really gone on in this game so far? The Sixers are getting eaten on the glass. They're getting beaten out in transition, but they finally were able to get a little run. I thought that the defense sort of stepped up a little bit. Jared McCain did a good job getting a steal on the other side of the floor a couple of possessions ago. Feels like that the Sixers have been sort of making better shots on offense, but it's been an up and down pace type of a game. They're foul baiting the Washington Wizards. Hopefully they can clean that up. And, they're buying on into the bait, I should say, on defense. And that has certainly kept Washington involved in this game. Hardcore says Maxey's looking like Embiid out there, getting down on the hardwood after shots, says Hardcore. Yeah, but he's also taken over these games. How many times have we wanted Tyrese Maxey to just be the man and not always defer the basketball? He's taking control of these shots. Again, and now he's also starting to develop a whistle too, which is actually really nice. He's being aggressive. He's finishing strong, and he's putting the team on his back. I mean, literally. I mean, this is Allen Iverson type of stuff with what I've seen so far. But I think that it's all also Tyrese Maxey just doing his thing. Sixers, there's an inbound pass at Dembona tried to get a steal, and that's we have a foul called. VJ Edgecombe is going to step on in for Tyrese Maxey, by the way. Tristan Vukcevic did turn it over because it was a backcourt violation. The ball was thrown into the backcourt. Bona tried to get a steal, but also recognized that it was going to be a backcourt violation anyways. So the lineup for the Sixers, it's Paul George, VJ Edgecombe, Justin Edwards, Adem Bona, and Jared McCain. George with an elbow J, way too strong. He bricked it. And we have another loose ball foul called on Washington. Will Riley is going to come on into the game for C.J. McCollum. And Keyshawn George will enter back in for Washington too. The loose ball foul, was called on Tristan Vukcevic. So the Sixers are up 24-22. Looking to add on to their lead. George inbounds it over to Edgecombe, dribbles with the right hand. VJ Edgecombe with a bounce pass over to Paul George in the dunker spot, and he lays it up and lays it on in with the right hand. 5 points and 3 rebounds for PG so far in this game. Also 1 personal foul. Bona gets a rebound off of a missed shot. And now an outlet pass over to Paul George. George back to McCain. He wants a 3, and that one's short again. Bona tips it into the hands of Keyshawn George. And, we have a 2-on-1 possession here, and Cam Whitmore throws it down. Keyshawn George gets the assist that time, and that'll cut the lead to 2. About 2 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first quarter. George with a 3 at the top of the key. He sinks it. And the lead goes up to 5 for Philadelphia. Vukcevic on the other side goes up with a layup and gets it to go. That was a nice pass, too, by Keyshawn George, just being able to find him in the dunker spot on a little handoff. McCain kicks it out inside, outside to Edwards. Another wide open 3, and the Sixers are getting their shots to fall. Good ball movement again by the 76ers out in transition. This is more of a better basketball effort. Edgecombe gets the miss off of a floater, and now he floats it up on the other side. One of the foul call. He went down on the floor, didn't get the foul call. It's rebounded by Washington. Another wide open 3-point shot is up, and that's good as the Sixers defense gets caught sleeping at the wheel. It was from Will Riley. Tristan Vukcevic gets yet another assist. It was actually his first, but he's been getting a lot of hockey assists so far in this game. Edwards with a 3, and it'll go in and out. No good that time by him. 1:25 left to go in the first quarter. Wizards could tie it with a 3, or they can make a 2 and make it a 1-point game, and that's what they're going to do. Bub Carrington able to kiss it off the window. He had an awkward angle, shot it from the foul line extended, and was able to bank it on in. McCain has the ball, tells Paul George to step up, works around his screen, drives it right to the basket, and lays it in high off the glass. 59 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Jared McCain feeling himself. Give him now 7 points in this quarter. 3 for 5 shooting-wise from the field. You love to see him be aggressive. You love to see him take it right on over to the cup. Again, the Wizards have George, Vucevic, Whitmore, Carrington, and Riley as their 5 players. Bub Carrington misses a 22-footer that time, and McCain comes up with another rebound. McCain kicks it out over to Justin Edwards. Edwards will reset it over to Paul George. There's 9 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. And we have Jabari Walker waiting to come on in. George chucks up a 3-pointer with the shot clock expiring. It was a bad shot, and it was rebounded by Washington again. More ISO ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. And the Wizards will hold for one more possession. Carrington outside over to Vucevic for a 3. And we're going to go into the second quarter, as that's going to do it. He missed the shot. And we'll be right back. It's a 34-31 lead for Philadelphia. And we will take a very quick step off. Don't go anywhere. Some key takeaways so far for the Philadelphia 76ers. But before we get into those takeaways, hi everybody, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Positive from that first quarter, Jared McKeon looked very aggressive. He actually looked really good out there. The layups that he was hitting were nice. He had that one wide-open three-pointer that he knocked down from the far corner. There was another shot that didn't go on in. It was when he got a steal and then found Paul George on a fast break, and George took it downhill, and then McKeon wanted the ball back, and he almost made a three-pointer from the corner there. It was just a little bit off, but it looks like his shot selection has been really good. He's dribbling with the ball and doing a very good job. 34-31, Sixers lead it by 3. And, they give up another point in the paint, another field goal in the paint. That's to Tristan Vucevic. The one bad thing is that they're getting out-rebounded, and they're still not doing well out in the transition game. Drummond dumps it off over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey steps back and looks up for a 2 and swishes it right from about 20 feet or so inside the three-point arc. Tyrese with now 9 points in this game and 3 assists, 1 rebound as well. Also has a steal. He's 4 for 8 shooting wide from the field. Coulibaly goes up with a jump shot over Andre Drummond, and he missed it. Good defense by Andre. And Maxey comes up with the rebound. Maxey crosses over, steps back, puts up another three-pointer. Oh, he wanted that. Rebounded, though, by Jabari Walker. And they'll reset it back over to Jared McCain on the outside. McCain to Edwards. His wide-open 3 from the top of the key. That's good! Sixers making some plays, finding the wide open man, swinging the hot potato around the timeline, and it's working out very well. Justin Edwards knocking down his shots, 9-point streak for 4 from downtown. Here's a tough 3 hit by Washington. Tyrese Maxey played really good defense too, and that was Will Riley who just hit it right in his face. And Bub Carrington able to get himself an assist. That's his second one of the ball game. Sixers lead is up to 3. McCain again dribbling with the rock, dumping it back outside over to Edwards, and Edwards gives it up over to Andre Drummond downhill. He puts it up, and he gets it to go, and he'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Able to just provide the contact, Kaishan George, and Andre Drummond was able to get him to buy on in, slapped him right on the left elbow, and then also hit him on the face, too. Bilal Coulibaly will enter on in for Cam Whitmore. We've talked a lot about how good Andre Drummond has been this year. Rebounding the ball, 9.8 rebounds per game for Andre Drummond, and 7.8 points per game. This guy really, again, and everybody's healthy, is mostly a backup center, but he's playing starting center minutes. Again, downhill and going up with a shot and converting and getting an and-one opportunity is Tristan Vukcevic. The Sixers just don't have any sort of size downhill except for Andre Drummond. Everybody else is smaller and just not able to do anything about it. Tyrese Maxey sort of put his hand on in there, but Justin Edwards slapped him on the left hand. Asia says that she's back. What's up, Asia? Foul shot is up, and that's good. So it's 42-39. 76ers are up by 3. McCain dribbling with the right hand, going down the lane, steps back, gives it up to Drummond. What a pass there by him. He's able to get it off to him, and Drummond puts it up, and he's able to get it to go. Jared McCain does get the assist there. I was thinking that maybe he should have taken the shot, but it ended up being right on the money of a pass out in traffic. It got it to work. Sixers defense again leaving another wide open shooter from 3, and they give up an offensive rebound. Again, no one's closing out. Drummond on a little step back over on the other side. Can't get it. And Washington comes up with the rebound. There's another three-pointer that is no good by the Wizards, and now Maxey gives it up over to Jared McCain, and McCain rolls to the basket and gets it to go. Tyrese with the assist. 46-39, timeout taken by the Washington Wizards as they will hit the reset button, and they'll be back in just a little bit. I'm going to take one more step off in this first half, and I will see you soon. Alrighty. Well, the Sixers do have a 7-point lead against the Washington Wizards and are hoping to increase that. They have put up 12 points in this second quarter, and they had 34 points in the first. McCain with 9 points, 4 assists. He's looked really good out there on offense. I am very happy with that. He's taking shots. He's being very aggressive. Again, this is sort of a big opportunity for him without Quentin Grimes out there. Maxey sticks his hand in the cookie jar and it gets deflected off of a bad pass by Bub Carrington, and it goes out of bounds. It was actually last touched by Keyshawn George, and the Sixers will have the basketball. Maxey dribbles down the lane, kicks it out to Walker for a catch-and-shoot three, and he swishes it from the near corner. And that'll increase the lead to 10. Philadelphia doing a good job capitalizing on threes, and they have been shooting the ball much better here in this second quarter. Carrington looks to kick it out, another wide-open three-pointer, and the Sixers just dodged a big bullet there, but, there's another offensive rebound by Washington. And another foul. Another couple of free throws are coming up as Bilal Coulibaly got the offensive rebound, gave it up over to Will Riley, and Andre Drummond commits the shooting foul. So they'll try to cut it to a 10-point or to an 8-point game. Eric Gordon is out there for the 76ers. Will Riley at the line, 6 points for him in this game. He ended up knocking down a three. We have the first free throw, no good. JJ, this is my first holiday without my mom, and I'm feeling a bit emotional. Hey, I understand. The foul shot, the second one that time, that's good. It's now 49-40. 8:02 left to go in quarter number 2. Sixers lead it by 9. I understand that. Maxey with a bounce pass over to Andre Drummond. One more back outside to Walker, and Jabari Walker is heating up. He just came on in and caught lightning out of a bottle. 52-40. Good shooting for him. And Walker, I thought it was Walker that got the steal. It was Tyrese Maxey who read it perfectly. McCain's three-pointer is no good. Walker comes up with an offensive rebound, and he's fouled. Look at Jabari Walker out there being a man amongst boys. Just climbing up and catching rebounds in traffic. Also making 2 big threes. Oh, maybe that was maybe that move's been certainly working for the 76ers. He's been an energy booster off their bench. That's a good sign. It was a loose ball foul, or a personal foul called on Tristan Vukcevic. Gordon, over at the logo, dumps it off over to Tyrese Maxey, who goes behind his back. Maxey with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, wanted to take it over to the elbow, and he puts up a 2, and he got it. He did it all himself, and still was able to make it. Tyrese Maxey. A 15-4 run for Philadelphia, and that gets erased as a foul line jumper is good by Tristan Vukcevic. And so the lead is back to 12. So Maxey's been knocking down shots. You got Jabari Walker coming out, starting off hot. There's a turnaround J that's up and missed by Tyrese Maxey, and we're going to have, it'll be Wizards ball. Andre Drummond got called for a loose ball foul there. And we'll see what the new substitutions will be. We got Justin Edwards, Adem Bona, both coming on in for the 76ers. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you guys hit that notification bell icon too. Andre Drummond is in foul trouble. So is Dominic Barlow. They each have 3 personal fouls. So Adem Bona has to be used here. McCollum able to do a little pick and roll action. Finding Bagley going to the cup. And Bagley throws it down with both hands as he goes flying over to the rack. He just came on in for Tristan Vukcevic. And the Wizards are hoping that he can give them a little bit of energy too. Actually looking to cross on over. Skip pass it over to Walker on the far corner. Walker back to Edwards at the top of the key, rolls down the lane, goes up with a jump shot, and that was not even close. It was wide right. The shot clock was winding down. Sixers 9 for 17 from beyond the arc. And, well, the Wizards are 15 for 35 from the field shooting. Here's a three-pointer that's up, and that's good by Justin Champagnie from 26 feet. Was anybody on him? Absolutely not. It's a 7-point game. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this second quarter. Maxey gets it outside. They leave him wide open, and his three goes in and out. Bona, though, fighting for the rebound, putting it up, and getting it to go. This little putback there by him, 56-47. Okay, Bona, see you feeding off of those rebounds. Another contested three-pointer that is no good. And Tyrese Maxey gets the rebound, goes behind his back on the dribble, now takes it over and finishes with the left hand. He is just so disgusting with his ball handling skills, and I mean that in a great way. He's going behind his back, he's cutting to the basket, and just making these sexy finishes, and they just look so smooth. Another catch-and-shoot three-pointer that's airballed, and Jabari Walker gets the Sixers' defensive rebound that time. Tyrese Maxey with now 13 points in this game. He goes up with a layup. He is fouled, and he'll step on backwards and go to the line to shoot some more foul shots. What else do we got? What else do we got on here? It's nice having an inside rebounder. 58 points for the 76ers and 47 for the Washington Wizards. Maxey's first free throw is good. Apparently Hard Knocks is on tonight. What? Oh, they're doing, PHOI Eagles is doing a live, immediate after show of Hard Knocks at 9 p.m. Weird. 60-47, Sixers lead it by 13.
Excellent.
Koulibaly operating on the outside. Gives it back over to Keyshawn George. And C.J. McCollum with one more for a three. Walker comes up with his miss. Maxey again over on the outside at the Xfinity Mobile Arena sign. Gets it back from Justin Edwards. And now steps back again, crosses on over, swings it over to Edwards on the outside. Edwards looking to be aggressive, puts up a shot. It's swatted away by Marvin Bagley III. Outlet pass over on the other side. And Justin Champagnie lost the ball. Tyrese Maxey gets his second steal of the game. Scratch that. That's his third steal. And we're still in the first half of this game. Maxey dribbling towards the right side, getting it at the elbow, skip pass over to Walker for a three, and that time he's human. Adem Bona, big offensive rebound. Edwards chucks up a shot wide open and can't get it to fall that time, and the Washington Wizards finally get a rebound. Sixers had their chances that time and came up empty in the gas tank. We have a shot on the other side. It's deflected, and it'll go on out of bounds. It was actually, though, but shooting foul called on Jabari Walker. I didn't know if they were going to call a foul or not. I did see the ball go on out of bounds. Look at Marvin Bagley III again. We talked about it all game long. Doing a very good job on defense. Actually, on the other side, though, what ended up happening is that he poked the ball loose off of Justin Champagnie's hands. First free throw by Keyshawn George will head on in. And the Sixers will make more substitutions. McCain, Edgecombe, and George are back on in. Second one, not that time. Jabari Walker rebound. Tell you what, Adem Bona doing a good job in the interior, getting rebounds for the 76ers ever since Andre Drummond went out. Edgecombe goes flying to the rack and throws it down with the right hand. That'll get the crowd going. What a slam by VJ Edgecombe. An 8-1 scoring run. That was vicious. McCollum kicks it outside of Koulibaly, and Koulibaly's far wing three is no good. The ball gets stripped and stolen back by VJ Edgecombe. Outlet pass to McCain. Nobody on him. Finishes with the right hand and gets the layup to go. And VJ Edgecombe dunk. Again, good job by Nurse to put him back on into the game, and VJ comes out with a statement, and the Sixers increase their lead to 16 points. George rotating on defense. He's guarding Bilal Koulibaly. Almost lost it. Has to swing it outside. 4 seconds left to go. This one's from the logo, and that one's up, and that's going to go into the hands of Paul George. Almost went out of bounds and almost hit the back of the backboard. Paul George rebound. A lob pass that's supposed to go to a Dembone. He's not that tall, Paul. He's not that tall. He's not 9 feet tall. You got to get it to him a little bit lower as the ball goes on out of bounds. Sixers will call a timeout with 2:27 left to go in the opening half. How about that dunk by VJ Edgecombe? Collin tried to swat it away, and VJ is like, you can have a piece of this. Be right back. All right, here we go as we finish out the first half here. Sixers up by 16 points, 64-48. McCollum with the catch-and-shoot three, and Paul George comes up with another rebound. He's been active on the glass over the last couple of minutes. McCain's three looked like he shot that a little bit early and rebounded again by Washington this time. Sixers up by 16 points. VJ Edgecombe had a really nice dunk. You also saw some really good shots by Jared McCain. Tyrese Maxey has been very aggressive. He's not out there, by the way, at the moment. There's a little and-one opportunity as Keyshawn George found Justin Champagnie cutting over to the basket. and we have the Wizards are going to be in the bonus. The shooting foul was called on Adembona, and Justin capitalizes on the and one opportunity, and Sixers ball. After the game is done, after the first half is over, I should say, we will have a halftime show, and then once we get on into the second half, after the second half is done, we have a post-game show, and you guys are more than welcome to tune on into that. Adembona gets a rebound and almost threw it away. Edgecombe back over to Jabari Walker as he lost the ball. Got it deflected, though, and it'll be Washington ball. So about 1:15 to go in this first half. The lineup out there for the Wizards, it's Bagley, Champagnie, George, McCollum, and Whitmore. And we have another three. That's Justin Champagnie. If somebody could just put a body on him, that would be very helpful. It might be a very good idea because he is starting to heat up from downtown. Sixers not doing a good job guarding the perimeter. It's been almost all season long. How about that pass, though, on offense by Jared McCain? He found Jabari Walker, cut him back door, and he did a little skip pass to him, and he dunked it home, Jabari Walker. This is why Jared McCain is a very good facilitator and has to be utilized as a point guard, especially out in transition. And VJ Edgecombe comes up with a rebound off of a missed three by Cam Whitmore. And a personal foul called on C.J. McCollum. That'll bring Tyrese Maxey back into the game. And C.J. McCollum will take a seat for Washington. Maxey comes on in for Adembona. So the lineup now for the 76ers. It's Paul George, VJ Edgecombe, Jabari Walker, and Jared McCain. It's a small lineup. Got Walker playing as the center. McCain dribbling with the right hand, crossing on over. He's going to hold for one more possession here. There's about 3 seconds differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. 11 seconds to go. McCain lost the ball. Got it bounced off of his right hand. Paul George almost came up with a steal. 3 seconds left to go. Out in transition. Kaishan George up with a floater. Won't go. And that's going to do it. Sixers up by 12 in halftime. And so we're going to take about 2 minutes of a break. And then we'll be back for our halftime show here on Play by Play with JJ. Thank you all so much for rocking with me. You guys are absolutely awesome. I appreciate it very, very much. Don't go anywhere. Welcome on into the Philadelphia 76ers halftime show here on Play by Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live. The Sixers are up by 12. They came out of this game. They started off very flat. They were not playing a good brand of basketball at all. It felt like that we were seeing a lot of isolation shots, guys not getting set up on defense, leaving a lot of wide open threes and shooters for this Washington team. Some of them that you probably just don't always hear about. You know, Justin Champagnie, he's actually having a good year, but other guys like Cam Whitmore, right, Bilal Coulibaly, Kayshawn George, able to just start hitting their shots, and the Sixers were leaving everybody wide open in that first quarter and not putting up any sort of bodies, closing out on threes. And then on offense, it was just a lot of isolation, not even dribble handoffs, just a lot of ISO basketball. And they were not putting together a good stretch of basketball. I did like, though, in the first half, my big positive was that Jared McCain was a really good playmaker. He was a very good facilitator, especially out in transition. And he also made some really good shots, too. I said that coming on into this game that Jared McCain, this is his game to shine. I felt that way because of no Quentin Grimes. There should be. I figured that this was the type of game where we got to see what Jared McCain can do. It sucks because it's really felt like that throughout this whole entire season that he's been the odd man out. He's been the guy that just sort of stands in the corner when somebody else has the ball and he's just not getting the ball. And if he is, he'll either drive it to the cup every once in a while or he'll just spot up and shoot a three. And his game is not defense. He's not a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, right? He's not a 3-and-D type of a guy. So you're pretty much using him as a liability and not using him for what he's able to do. He's a very good playmaker. He's a good passer. He had that one really just awesome pass. I believe it was to VJ as he zipped it right to him in the dunker spot. Maybe it was Andre Drummond, but it was somebody. I remember clearly that he just made a really awesome skip pass and was able to recognize where the defense was going and provided some really good play calling there. He had another nice three that he was able to knock down. It was a moving three. He almost hit another one, but the ball sort of found him, and he was able to just make some plays. There was one play, too, where he went underneath the basket as the Sixers, again, out in transition on offense, were able to give the Washington Wizards a little bit of trouble. And he could have went up with a reverse dunk, a reverse layup, and instead what he did was he found Paul George in the corner, and he made him shoot a three, and it was a great pass. So Jared McCain's playmaking ability has been the main reason why you're up by 12 in this game. He's a plus 16 off the bench, and that's good. And I understand, again, when you put this into context, this is the Washington Wizards. This is not the Golden State Warriors. This is not the Oklahoma City Thunder. We're talking about the Washington Wizards. Understandable. But I needed to see this from Jared. I was tired of the whole ramping up thing, and I was tired of him just being the guy left out. You ever go to a bar and then you see that one person, you're with a group of friends, they're all talking, but then there's one person that's on the outside that sort of feels like that no one's talking to them and they feel left out, that type of a thing. Well, I felt like that's how things were going with Jared McCain. I really felt that way. Other people were talking. Quentin Grimes is out there trucking some beers. Tyrese Maxey's having a really good time. And there's Jared McCain all by himself. Weird to put it that way, but that's sort of the analogy that I make. But yeah, overall, the Sixers, though, in that second quarter, I thought that what really changed the game in the second quarter was when Jabari Walker stepped on that floor. This guy comes out of the gates. The Sixers were getting a little bit stale on offense. Tyrese Maxey had some really good give and goes, and he was just able to beat past everybody. He's the quickest guy on the floor. Made a really nice little Euro step and finished with the left hand after getting past the defense. But then the Sixers offense got a little bit stale because Tyrese Maxey can only do so much carrying the basketball and putting the team on his back, carrying them like they're bricks, right? So once Jabari Walker comes on in, he provides a little spark off the bench. Sixers get 2 threes in a row from Jabari Walker, and then a big offensive rebound, too, on the very next possession. And I thought that was a very good, positive boost for the 76ers, and you needed that from somebody to step up. You're missing Kelly. You're missing Trendon Watford. Who else can be the guy to rally the troops, get them together, and provide the Sixers with a little bit of a cushion? It was Jabari Walker. So I thought that was nice. VJ Edgecombe also came out too, and came out there with a lot of ferocity and just had a beautiful dunk that just sort of rocked the whole Xfinity Mobile Arena. That's how great that dunk was. It was awesome. It was a beautiful thing to see. So you're getting some good play from the young guns today, and that's my big positive. I'm hoping that they can keep it up in the third quarter. Again, I said that throughout this game, they better not collapse in any of these third or fourth quarters. Andre Drummond's getting into foul trouble. Dominic Barlow's getting into a little bit of foul trouble. And Adem Bona also comes on in, gets some big-time offensive rebounds too. And that was nice to see as well. In the first quarter, the Sixers were getting out-rebounded by this Washington Wizards team. It felt like it was 1,000,000,000 to 1,000, and then the Sixers sort of just turned the volume on. And when they put Adem Bona in the game, he was able to jump up, had some really good plays where he tipped it. He tipped one rebound out over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey was able to just drive it inside, get past the trees, and boom, there's his 14th and 15th points of the game. I want to also talk a little bit about Tyrese Maxey's defense. There was one play out in transition that Tyrese Maxey had where I believe it was Bilal Coulibaly who was down the lane, went up with a shot, and Tyrese Maxey, literally before the shot went off, before he was able to elevate it up, Bilal just lays the ball out there, and Tyrese Maxey, with his quick hands, takes it right from him. And they didn't call it a block. That was a steal. That was a flat-out steal. He just gives him the ball. So that was interesting. But Tyrese Maxey is doing a very good job on both ends of the floor. He looks fresh. He looks like he hasn't played in 3 weeks. And that's a compliment to Tyrese Maxey. That tells me that he has a lot of speed, tells me that he has a lot of energy, and it just, like, the big moment doesn't get to him. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. This guy is 1 for 5 from 3 again, but yet he's still finding a way to be aggressive. He's still finding ways to make plays for his teammates, and this is what an MVP player does. It just is. His three-point shot might not be falling, and we ask him to take a lot of threes because not a lot of other players are willing to do that, and we want him to be aggressive. And now he's being aggressive too. So Tyrese is doing it all. Shout out to him. Dominic Barlow, again, getting into some foul trouble. Only 4 points in 7 minutes. Maybe we'll see him more in the third quarter. But yes. Any other takeaways? Anything else that you guys want to say? Comment down below, and we can get to your thoughts. There was one lineup where the Sixers had Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe, and on defense it sucked. But when it came to watching them play on offense, just giving the ball to each other, spreading everybody around, the ball movement was just so crisp. It really was. And I'm hoping that if the Sixers need to put up points, you're going to have to you're going to have to go with those types of lineups where you go to those small guards, especially against a team like this. Maybe not against a team like the New York Knicks or a team that has more size, but against a lineup like the Washington Wizards, that's totally fine. You need to put points on the board. You got to make plays happen. And the Sixers are doing that tonight. They really stepped up in the second quarter, and shout out to them for doing so. All right, your thoughts. Comment them down below. Philly Halftime is here. What's going on, Philly Halftime? Drop your link down below, my friend. No Joel Embiid, no Quentin Grimes, no Trendon Watford, and no Kelly Oubre Jr. as we start off the third quarter. 76ers are going to have to play defense first. The lineup out there for the Wizards, it's Bagley III, Champagnie, George, McCollum, and Koulibaly. So we have an and one opportunity coming on up as Washington's able to convert on a 2. There's a personal foul called on VJ Edgecombe. So scratch that. They don't call an and one. They say that it was a foul on the floor on VJ, and he sort of slapped CJ. Inbounding it right now for the Washington Wizards is Bilal Koulibaly. Gives it back over at the top of the key, and there's a three-point shot by Keyshawn George, and he hits the step-back J from 26 feet, and the lead is decreased to 9. Sixers up 66-57. Paul George operating on the outside, crosses on over about 3 times, spins, crosses over again, puts up an elbow J, and that one is just a little bit wide to the left. Darn it. More ISO basketball from Paul George, and the shots just aren't falling. It's the one negative from tonight's game. McCollum goes up with a shot, and Andre Drummond plays no defense and watches that ball go on in, and now the lead is down to 7. So it's a 5-0 start. Sixers start off ice cold here in this third quarter. McCain to Barlow. Barlow downhill over to Edgecombe. One more outside to Drummond for a catch-and-shoot 3. And he was being defended perfectly, too, and he still shot it and wasn't able to get it to fall. Sixers have got to do a better job out on offense. They're just playing a lot of isolation basketball. Edgecombe does come up with a block, but we have a foul called on him, a very late whistle that was from Keyshawn George's floater. Edgecombe got the rebound, and I guess they're going to call a loose ball foul on him. 13 points for Justin Champagnie and 6 rebounds. He's leading the way for the Washington Wizards. And so they say that the foul was called on Keyshawn George. First, they had the Sixers icon up, and I'm like, who could the foul have been on? Was there a push in there? But nope, they called it on Keyshawn George. It was a loose ball foul. Edgecombe on a drive to the basket, blocked and denied by Marvin Bagley III, and his defense just continues to be A+ in this game. Bagley, Champagnie, George, McCollum, and Koulibaly all out there. McCollum looking to reset it at the top of the key. Back outside, over to Keyshawn George again, rolling down the lane, laying it up. Can't get it to lay on in with the left hand. And Dominic Barlow comes up with a rebound. Barlow again drives it over to the basket, gets it blocked by Marvin Bagley III. And now Andre Drummond comes up with it, and he gets it denied on the other side. That was Bagley again with another block. Man, he's a wall down there. What is going on? Sixers just can't get up any shots over him in this second half so far. Keyshawn George steps back, crosses on over, takes it towards the left elbow. Andre Drummond keeps both hands up, but he's called for a foul. And another one called against the Philadelphia 76ers. Got to stay more disciplined. Got to be locked in. Phil, you're the man. What is up, Michael? Michael, how are you? What's up with Drummond? He averages 10 rebounds per game. Let's be fair, right? Andre Drummond is still coming back from that injury where he had to, where he was in a wheelchair, and he was wheeled off the court. And people were saying that he's going to miss 2 weeks, and he came back in the very next game. So you don't really expect him to be 100%. Now he's in foul trouble again. That's his 4th personal foul, and Adem Bona is going to step on in. 66 points for the 76ers and 60 for the Washington Wizards. That was 2 games ago where Andre Drummond got hurt. The foul shot is up and it's good, and it's a 5-point lead now for Philadelphia. 7-0 run by the Washington Wizards. And they just get a field goal. Maxey on the drive to the basket gets it denied, and it'll go on out of bounds. Last touch by Tyrese Maxey. That was McCollum with a block. There have been 4 blocks in this third quarter so far, and the Wizards' defense is doing its job. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. McCollum's 3-pointer battered around and rebounded by Keyshawn George. Tipped twice by Marvin Bagley III. Adem Bona's on the outside. He has to get down low on the paint. What's he doing? Paul George now playing defense over Marvin Bagley III, and he just missed that layup. Good defense and good contest there by Paul George. Maxey with a 3 on the other side. Bingo! 69-61. Tyrese Maxey stops the bleeding. There we go. Nice. Keep the chat clean. Has Drummond not been playing or something? I got you. Where's PG? He's not here right now. Can I take a message? He's out there on the court, but he's not here with me calling this game. 69-61. Philadelphia up by 8. We have a shooting foul called on Tyrese Maxey over on the other side. If you guys enjoyed this call, I do like an old school radio play-by-play style. Okay, I'm a little bit different than the other Sixers content creators that are on here. Not saying that they don't do a great job, because of course they do. They do an awesome job. Shout out to RB, shout out to DJ, shout out to Philly Halftime, shout out to Mitch, shout out to all the Sixers content creators that are out there. We just do ours a little bit differently, though. So if you can't see the game, if you're not able to watch, this is like a really good alternative for you guys. Foul shot number 1 by Marvin Bagley III is up and in. It's been a defensive wreck in this third quarter. Sixers having a nightmare dealing with him. And the second free throw is good as well. It's now 69-63. It's a 9-3 outburst by the Washington Wizards. We're also, by the way, 16 of 18 from the foul line. Good ball movement by the Philadelphia 76ers. Edgecombe spinning, turning, going up with a tough floater inside. No, and he grabs his own rebound. Now Paul George sinks a 3 on the other side, and that's good. Paul George stepping up and capitalizing with a 3 as VJ Edgecombe did a great job getting the rebound. Also give a little bit of credit to Adem Bona for boxing his man in. Edgecombe comes away with a steal. Edgecombe trying to take it over to the other side. He has to pass it over to George. His wide open 3 won't go. And another rebound that's taken by VJ Edgecombe again. He's been very aggressive on the glass. Edgecombe thinks about taking a 3 out in transition. Gives it up to Dominic Barlow. Barlow's shot's up, and it's good, and it'll go to the line for one more. VJ Edgecombe putting his imprints on this game in this second half. And when he's not able to hit layups, he still is able to make plays for other people on both offense and defense. Timeout taken by the Washington Wizards. They started off with a big run, and the Sixers have responded. Let's go. Whew. We are now 36 subscribers away from getting to 8,200. Lucas is here. He says, shout out to you. He doesn't say that. He says, let's go Washington. Shout out to you, man, for being on here. I appreciate you very, very much. Hopefully we call it fair. Let's take a look at the other scores around the National Basketball Association. The Wizards are playing the Sixers. Sixers are up by 11, in case you did not know. The Trailblazers are down by 5 against the Toronto Raptors. That is in the second quarter. They're just about halfway done. Raptors lead at 53-48. The New York Knicks, who are 13-6 on the season, taking on the 11-9 Boston Celtics. 25-14 is the score in the first quarter out in Boston at the TD Garden. And then the Timberwolves are up by 8 against the New Orleans Pelicans. That is in the first quarter, too. 26-18. The Spurs are actually up by 1 against the Memphis Grizzlies. 25-24 is the score of that game. And then the Thunder play against the Golden State Warriors tonight at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be a fun game to watch between Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jimmy Butler. So that'll be cool to see. And those are all your scores around the NBA. We did also hear that Danilo Gallinari announced his retirement today. And, well, speaking of the Washington Wizards, of course, he spent some time with them. Had himself a very good career, was very successful, had some good years with with the Clippers. Also did play with the Nuggets as well, and spent some time with the Atlanta Hawks too. So what a career for Danilo Gallinari. Just had a very, very good career around the National Basketball Association, known as a very good three-point shooter, was also very clutch, and what a great career for him. How old is he now? He's 37 years old. Hard to believe. I remember he was in the league for 16 years, and played a little bit of time overseas. Then came on over to the New York Knicks back in 2008 and spent 6 years with the Denver Nuggets. Then played with the Clippers, the Thunder, the Hawks, and the Celtics. And then came on over to the Washington Wizards. And, just announced his retirement. A 9-2 scoring run by Philadelphia as the free throw is good by Barlow. Excellent. There's a catch-and-shoot three on the other side. That one won't fall. VJ Edgecombe comes up with a rebound, gives it over to Tyrese Maxey out in transition. Maxey crosses over in between the legs about 3 times or so, draws a double team, gives it up to Bona over at the nail. They swing it around the timeline. A wide-open three by Edgecombe. No good. And Washington gets the rebound. The Wizards have not gotten a field goal in the last 4.5 minutes. Barlow goes up with a steal and gets a dunk on the other side. And so the Wizards continue to go field goalless as the Sixers add on to their lead. 77-63, the Philadelphia 76ers look alive out there. We had a foul called on Dominic Barlow, and again, this is another guy who has to be careful. That is his third, but still, gotta do a better job. What's up, Scott? How are you, my friend? 77-63. There's a little floater by C.J. McCollum, and he kisses it off the window, and that one is good. C.J. McCollum, 8 points for him tonight. He is now 34 years old, C.J. McCollum, averaging about 18.5 points per game. Edgecombe again with a beautiful pass to Bona, and Bona gets tripped up on the deck. He's grabbing onto that foot. Uh-oh. He's going to be helped up by his teammates. He's putting pressure on it. And he is walking under his own willpower. That's good. I'll go to the line. CJ went to Lehigh College, was drafted back in the 2013 NBA draft by the Portland Trail Blazers, and was with Portland from 2013 till 2022. And he played for the Pelicans for about 3.5 seasons. Now is on the Washington Wizards. Foul shot number 1 by Bona. It goes in and out. The second one, he swishes it that time. Excellent. A 13-4 scoring run by the 76ers. Sixers again, another steal by Tyrese Maxey. It was deflected off the hands of VJ Edgecombe. Maxey tries to lay it up and in, airballed, and rebounded by Washington. God darn it. Tyrese Maxey just could not finish out in transition. He was being blitzed, though. Koulibaly steps wide open for a three, and it hits off the back iron. Another board by Tyrese again. Maxey to Edgecombe. Edgecombe goes into the lane, kicks it out to Barlow. Barlow hesitates back outside to Maxey. Good ball moving by Philadelphia. The ball gets denied by Marvin Bagley the third again, and it'll go out of bounds. This guy is like a goalie. Just watching him play out there, he's blocking shots left and right, and it's just been such a force in the paint. You just cannot even go downhill. He's going to block your shots. That's what his fifth block of the game, his fourth of the quarter. Jared McCain will step back in for Philadelphia. Now Bona gets the inbound pass, dumps it off over to Tyrese Maxey. Maxey with a layup, hard, contested, can't get it. And now C.J. McCollum gets it out in transition, gets the ball deflected off of Bona's hands, and it goes out of bounds. Washington basketball. Wizards, as we mentioned before, 3-16 on the season. McCollum with 8 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Marvin Bagley III is going to take a quick breather, and Tristan Vukcevic will step on it. Bagley, by the way, just has 3 blocks. Feels like he has more, though. Maxey's spinning, turning, giving it back to Bona. Bona with a no-look bounce pass to Tyrese Maxey on the far corner. Maxey hesitates, gives it a little go, goes up with a reverse layup, draws the contact and the foul. Tyrese Maxey putting the team on his back and continuing to do damage on the offensive side. He got Bub Carrington to buy in to try to steal that ball. He initiated the contact, Maxey, fought through a lot of adversity downhill, and just hit him with a reverse. The foul shot by Tyrese, good. And the lead increases to 17.
Excellent.
Number 0, doing heroic things for the 76ers. McCollum again, driving downhill, floating it up. That was a tough shot, and he still got it. That's just a tip of your cap type of a shot to C.J. McCollum. I almost said T.J. McCollum. That's T.J. McConnell, by the way. Barlow rolling towards the paint, hitting a little sky hook on a little turnaround shot in the lane, and the lead goes back to 17 for the 76ers. Love to see that type of shot by Dominic Barlow. Here's McCollum with a step back 3. Wasn't going to hit that he wasn't going to hit that time. And again, a little alley-oop pass that's up, and that is no good. Wow, they tried to go with an alley-oop pass to Bilal Koulibaly. Won't go. McCain with a wide-open 3. That's good. Jared McCain. Oh, he's making a big impact. As soon as he comes back in, he's like, I'm going to leave where I left off. Let's go. A 20-point lead for the 76ers. It's been all smooth sailing so far. There's still time left in this third quarter, and we'll take a little bit of a step off, and we'll see you very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. All right, Sixers up by 20 points. Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey leading the way for Philadelphia, combining with 35 points and shooting the ball 14 for 29 from the field. Tristan Vukcevic just made an alley-oop dunk as Kaishan George put up a nice little pass there. Maxey zipping past everybody on the other side, beating everybody to the punch. And the Sixers able to increase their lead back to 20. Tyrese Maxey with now 23 points. Maxey deflects another steal, but there's going to be a whistle called. Wow, a very late whistle called on Tyrese Maxey. And Washington is in the bonus. It's a personal foul. Nick Nurse puts his hands up. And we're going to have some free throws by Tristan Vukcevic. There's some freebies right here. He did. He knocked on into him. That was the right call. Just sort of slipped a little bit. Vukcevic, his first foul shot goes in and out. We are 36 subscribers away from getting to 8,200 subscribers. 2:58 left to go in the third quarter. The second free throw is up, and that one is good. I don't know why I played that. It's 89-70. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Maxey trying to take over the third quarter. Puts up a three. What can he do? Tyrese Maxey to the rescue. 92-70. Philadelphia up by 22. He has 26 points. It's a game high. Here's Whitmore again making a layup on the other side. And that cuts the lead back to 20. Jared McCain operating on the outside, looking to find Tyrese Maxey, who zigzags into the lane and gets the ball swatted away and stolen by Bub Carrington. Carrington throws it away, though, to Justin Edwards, finds Maxey, and he throws it down. Bub Carrington just got the ball out in transition. A nice little block by Cam Whitmore to just swat the ball away out of Maxey's hand, and the Sixers play good defense on the other side. We do have another whistle called against the 76ers. Adembona just slapped Vukcevic on the left wrist, and Vukcevic will head back to the line to shoot two more free throws. Tyrese Maxey, ladies and gentlemen. Foul shot number one. Got it to go. Let's go. The second free throw, doink. It's no good by Vukcevic. He is 13, 2, and 1. How does he only have one rebound? He's that tall. 1:45 left to go in the third quarter. Maxey step back three again. Yes! Oh, yes, baby! 31 for number 0. He's feeling it, and this crowd explodes. 4 rebounds and 6 assists to go along with that, and he's shooting 50% from the field. Kaishan George lost the ball. Justin Edwards got a steal, and the ball did go on out of bounds. And so, it'll still be Washington ball. Vukcevic gets the inbound pass. Walker plays defense on him and now gets the switch. It's Adembona. Bona now guarding Kaishan George. They give it back to Vukcevic. It's knocked away by Maxey, and Maxey throws it down again. He has scored all these points for Philadelphia. The Wizards cannot solve them. Mom and Dad are proud, and a timeout taken by Washington. Another steal. He's doing it all. He's a one-man wrecking crew, I'll tell you that. Let's go. Whew. Let's go, baby. Drop those Tyrese Maxey emotes down below. Memberships are $2.99 a month. If you guys want to become a member, you most certainly can. Do it for Tyrese Maxey. Tell you, makes me want to celebrate, man, with the way that he's going this season. He's putting up masterpiece after masterpiece. It is so much fun watching this guy dominate. And the way that he dominates is so different from Joel Embiid, of course. I mean, he's a different type of a force. He's a different type of a player. But this guy's 24 years old, and he is in the prime of his career now. That's great. 99-73, Sixers up by 26 points. Vucevic dumps it off to Cam Whitmore, and Whitmore rolls down towards the basket, goes up with a floater inside. He can't finish it. Somehow grabs his own rebound, and Dembona swats it away. He went flying in the air. He went about 10 feet high to make that block. Edwards with a three. Won't go. And we have a loose ball foul called on a Dembona. Sort of elbowed Bub Carrington to the ground, hit him right in the stomach. And we're going to walk the floor again and have some more free throws. Bona now has to be careful. That's his third personal foul. Maxey today, 13 for 25 from the field, 4 for 8 from three-point range. And defensively, he has 4 steals and 1 block. I mean, this is by far his best defensive game of his career. Guess how many turnovers, by the way? 0. If he's not the MVP, I don't know who is. Wizards, by the way, have 2 timeouts left. And we're not even in the fourth quarter. Dominic Barlow is going to step on in for the Philadelphia 76ers as a Dembona is going to have a seat. So the free throws by Bub Carrington, both of them are able to fall. 43.5 seconds to go in this third quarter. Maxey to Walker, back over to Edwards again. Maxey gets the ball, puts up another three-pointer, and that one's a little bit short, but we do have a foul called. A foul was issued on Keyshawn George. It was a personal foul. And because the Sixers are in the bonus, Tyrese Maxey's going to go to the line. 33 points. Tyrese is third in the NBA in scoring as he knocks down the first free throw. He's also 7th in the NBA in assists per game. Just wanted to throw that out there, too. 100-75. Sixers up by 25 in this game. The second free throw by Tyrese Maxey. Give him 35. 28 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Maxey has to play defense all over Keyshawn George. Dribbles with the right hand. Swings it outside. Here's a catch-and-shoot three. And that one's no good. Offensive rebound by Vucevic. That's his second rebound of the game. And the putback is good by him. Maxey and Jared McCain are the guards in the backcourt for Philadelphia. They'll give it over to Jared McCain. They play hot potato. Maxey's three-pointer. He chucks it up, and that one's too strong. The bank was closed. And that's going to do it as we go into the fourth quarter. Sixers up by 24 points against the Washington Wizards. They have a comfortable lead, and they'll be right back for the fourth frame in just a little bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll take one more step off. All right, hit the thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We go on for Sixers basketball. We do Eagles football. And we do Phillies baseball as well. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning on in. We do like an old school radio play-by-play style of a call. McCain gives it outside over to Justin Edwards as we start off the fourth quarter here. Edwards at the elbow on the left side. Swings it out over to Jabari Walker, who's at the Penn Medicine sign over on the far corner. Edgecombe steps back, puts up a three-point shot, but we have a whistle called, and that's going to go against the 76ers. Andre Drummond is looking back at the ref, saying, what the heck just happened? It was a 3-second turnover called on Andre Drummond, and he was in the paint for far too long. BJ airballed the shot anyways. Hardcore says now the rest of the team would play well. I'll tell you what, I love watching Tyrese Maxey, but yes, I agree. I do. Jared McCain is playing well, but besides that, it's nobody else really stepping up. Jabari Walker did just get a rebound off of a missed shot by Keyshawn George. McCain goes behind his back, gets picked up over at the Toyota side. He's looking to direct traffic here. Goes down the lane. Tried to give it up over to Andre Drummond as he saves it from going on out of bounds. But they're going to say that it's a Sixers turnover. As he tried to save it, his right foot was on the chalk. So that's why there was a turnover. 101-77. The Sixers are up by 24 points. They put up a very good third quarter led by Tyrese Maxey. They outscored the Wizards by 12. More contact drawn by the 76ers. And Andre Drummond gets called for a shooting foul. That's his fourth personal. Gosh. Tyrese Maxey is, by the way, averaging 40.7 minutes per game this season. 40.7 minutes per game. That's a lot. 101-77. Foul shots are missed. But the Wizards get an offensive rebound, and that's blocked by Jabari Walker. What a block by him. Andre Drummond gets the rebound. Whitmore missed the dunk, and Andre grabbed his miss. Edgecombe on a drive to the basket, knifing into the lane, and getting the friendly roll as well. Awkward angle, but he got the soft touch. Took it over towards the baseline and had to float it right on the backboard, and he just kissed it off the window. A little shot in the paint by Will Riley as he converts on the little alley-oop pass from Tristan Vukcevic, and the lead goes back down to 24. Jared McCain with 14 points. VJ Edgecombe with 6, and 6. McCain back to Edgecombe, another three. Bullseye! Let's go. Jared McCain able to get himself his 5th assist of the game. And VJ Edgecombe knocks down a wide open three. It was a line drive. Here's another three-pointer by Washington, and they are just bricking shots left and right. Sixers doing a good job holding them to just shooting 23% from downtown. Walker with a three. Won't go. Rebounded by Drummond, and he puts it up and puts it back in. And a timeout called by Washington. They just have one left. Sixers doing their job. 108-79. They start off the fourth quarter on fire. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Go out there against this Washington Wizards team. Put them in their place. They're obviously tanking, right? They look like that they're a G League team out there. And just get the W. Don't make it a stressful game. This was supposed to be a stress-free type of a win, and the Sixers are doing their job right now. Now you got to keep the foot on the gas pedal, and knock on wood, that they do, hope that they do, because you can't let up points here, and you don't want to collapse. But this is the type of effort that I wanted to see tonight, and we're getting it for the most part. Now, Tyrese Maxey is playing like an MVP out there, and I understand that it's the Washington Wizards, but he has just proven again and again and again and again that he is the number one guy. At this point, for anybody that says he's not the face of the franchise, that is just a delusional take. You're not watching these games. You clearly don't understand what he's doing right now. I'm not telling you that he's better than Nikola Jokic, and I'm not saying that he's better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or even Steph Curry when he's healthy. But he's in the mix. With what he's doing with the 76ers, he legitimately is their best player, and he's their most valuable player without a doubt. He's playing like a max contract dude. And people were wondering if he could even do that. And I thought that he could turn into that guy. There's not a lot of people that can do it. But Tyrese Maxey had that mental makeup. He has that tiger eye in him. Just has to keep it up. And hopefully get some more help from his supporting cast. And Jared McCain, too. Great stuff from him tonight. I think that the Sixers are in a tough spot because Quentin Grimes is he's a great dude off the bench. He really is. He's a good shooter. Can he get a little bit reckless with the ball? Yes. But when the ball's going through Jared McCain's hands, it's a different type of an offense out there. And personally, in my opinion, and not even just with everything I've seen tonight, but this is just how I felt from the jump, as great as Quentin Grimes is, McCain needs to be the number 6 guy. He just does. And that's where I stand with it, because I think he makes more of an impact than Quentin Grimes does. Quentin's a better shooter, but Jared McCain's a really good passer, and he's still a very good scorer. Here's McCain with a 3 straight on, won't go. Jabari Walker rebound, can't put it up and in. Andre Drummond on the follow-through, though, gets it to go. Sixers had 3 possessions and are able to capitalize on the third one. Another 3 by Washington. They've gone ice cold from downtown. Edgecombe to Edwards. One more outside to Drummond for a wide open 3 on the corner. Andre Drummond with a swisher. You got to guard it. You got to guard it at some point because he's able to knock down those corner threes. He loves hitting them, and he can make them. That should be the exclamation point of this game. 8 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Washington down to just 1 timeout. Sixers rebound. McCain with a bad pass that time. And now a 3-on-1 Washington possession. But it gets swatted by VJ Edgecombe. They tried to go down with an alley-oop pass. Sixers convert on an alley-oop on the other side. And that's good. VJ Edgecombe doing a great job reading the defense and just able to swat away an alley-oop pass from Bub Carrington and doing a good job recognizing where the ball was going to go. There's a ball that goes out of bounds on the other side. And it was last touched by the 76ers. Gosh, let's go. Brickin' for chickens is hardcore. Let's go. 115-79. Sixers have a 36-point lead. And the first foul shot is no good. Crazy. I think at this point you bring in Janai Broom. I do. And Hunter Salas as well, if he's available. Speaking of Hunter Salas, there he is. He's coming on in right now, and there's Janai Broom. They read my mind. 7:51 to go in the fourth quarter. What an outstanding game by the Philadelphia 76ers. It's now 115-80. Smooth sailing. One of those games where you could just kick your feet up you can kick back and relax. And now you see Eric Gordon out there, Janai Broome, Justin Edwards, Jabari Walker, and Hunter Salas. Love seeing it in this type of a blowout. So, Tristan Vukcevic just missed a layup. Jabari Walker got the rebound. And on the other side, Janai Broome able to do a good job getting that layup there. 115-80. Sixers get their own rebound, and it'll go on out of bounds. Last touch by the Wizards. Is that Marvin Bagley's fourth block of the game now? It is. Besides McCain and Maxey, I would say that Jabari Walker today made a big impact on the glass. 10 points, 10 rebounds. He's still out there too, but even when the Sixers went to a small lineup, Jabari was out there jumping and just beating everybody to the punch when it came to getting rebounds. Nobody could really box him out. He did a good job fighting through a lot of adversity downhill. Eric Gordon can't catch up to Bub Carrington, and he's able to dunk it on in. Malachi Branham is out there. Will Riley, Anthony Gill, Kaishan George, they're also in there as well. Walker back to Salas. We'll see what he has here. Salas to Broome over on the perimeter. They give it downhill to Hunter Salas, and a nice smooth finger roll finish by Hunter. That looked really good. 117-82. There's Tyrese Maxey over on the bench. All smiles by him. Will Riley ends up making a dunk, and so that'll cut the lead back to 33 points. Just a great performance by the Sixers, who, by the way, shot the ball over 40% from three with their starters out there. And have also done a very good job out-rebounding the Wizards. It wasn't like that in the first quarter. There's a whistle called on the other side. And Janai Broome, or Jabari Walker, is the one who got fouled. Tyrese Maxey ends his night with 35 points in a total of 29 minutes. 4 steals, 1 block. His plus-minus tonight, plus 23. Justin Edwards also made some big-time shots, too. Started off shooting the ball well from 3. And so did Jabari Walker. He made his first 2 threes in that second quarter. It's a 117-84 game, and we're just about halfway done this fourth quarter. McCain, 14 points in 25 minutes. He turned the ball over 3 times, but his playmaking was really good. 5 assists, 3 rebounds, and he was a plus 37 off the Sixers bench. That was the highest plus-minus that they've had today. Edwards spinning, kicking it out to Walker for a 3. Walker can't get it to go. Janai Broome got boxed in by Marvin Bagley III. Another shot on the other side on the Euro step, and a foul issued on Jabari Walker. Other games going on around the NBA. We got the Celtics up by 1 in the second quarter with 4:46 to go. The Toronto Raptors up by 10 against the Portland Trailblazers. They're in the third quarter, 8:27 left remaining in that quarter. Pelicans are up by 7 against the Minnesota Timberwolves as they're ready to go on into halftime. And the Spurs, they're up by 3 against the Memphis Grizzlies. 3:15 left to go in the second quarter of that game. Really good, solid stuff today. Second free throw, no good. Sixers can't box out. Another offensive rebound by Washington, and a friendly bounce that goes up and in by the foul shooter. That was Malachi Branham. So that will cut the lead to 28 points. Barlow looking to pass it to Broome, and Broome couldn't even hit the floater. What's he doing? He was wide open. Just could not knock it down. It was too short. There's a wide open three that's airballed by Washington, and that's going to go on out of bounds. It'll be Philadelphia basketball. Tell you, the defense in that third quarter looked like they were really in sync, and Washington just turned the ball over. It felt like 20 times. They had 15 turnovers, though, up to this point, and the Sixers have only turned the ball over 9 times. Barlow draws contact down low, and he'll head back to the line again. And you talk about, right, the storylines about this team, right? Joel Embiid not playing. They're still missing Kelly. They're still missing Trendon. And no Quentin Grimes either. So the storylines are that Joel was not playing. Paul George was active. And Paul George really wasn't a factor in this game. Did he play solid defense? Yes, but Paul really just did not have a lot of noise on offense at all. I felt like that he was doing a lot of ISO with his ball movement. Wanted to take a lot of shots himself. Got really stiff with the ball and just was not converting on shots. 118-89. And a floater by Washington, too strong, and Janai Broome ends up getting the rebound. He jumped up and he caught it. Salas going towards the wing, gives it back to Broome, and Broome's three-pointer is way too short. You're starting to kind of see, as Janai Broome continues to play, why he is not out there, or why he wasn't out there when the Sixers were down Andre Drummond and Adembona and Joel Embiid. I mean, this guy is sort of like the last guy that they want to go to. Janai puts up a little floater inside, but he's fouled. And more free throws coming up for Philadelphia. The next game that the Sixers play, it'll be on Thursday. They have a back-to-back. It's a traveling back-to-back. They're playing against Golden State at home. We don't know yet if Joel Embiid is going to play or not. And then Friday, they're in Milwaukee. No Steph Curry, unfortunately, on Thursday. He's still missing some time. But Giannis, you would expect him to be playing on Friday for the Milwaukee Bucks. Second free throw by Janai Broome. He misses both. And it's rebounded by Washington. 3:33 left to go in the fourth quarter. There's a driving layup by Malachi Branham as he gets past Hunter Salas too easy. Anthony Gill comes up with a steal off of Eric Gordon's sloppy basketball play, and he throws it down with authority off the pass from Will Riley. The Sixers will call for time. Their lead is down to 25 with 3:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's a yawner, man. It's good. When was the last time that the 76ers blew out a basketball team? It feels like it's been 5 years. Feels like it's been 10 years. Every single game has been coming down to the wire, or the Sixers are getting blown out. All right, one more step off. One more step off. I'll be right back. All right, 3 minutes until the 76ers get their 11th win, most likely of the season. It's a little drive to the basket by Salas. Couldn't get the finish there. Had to go through a lot of traffic to be able to get the shot off. Wizards can't buy a bucket on the other side as Bagley misses a foul line J. Sixers have 2 timeouts left. Washington 1. Eric Gordon with the dagger. Yes! Eric Gordon says goodnight to the Washington Wizards as the lead goes back up by 28 points. Is where they are right now. 2:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. No Kyle Lowry out there. Gordon with another 3, and that was way too strong. One of the heat check there. Wasn't able to get a good shot up that time. Some contact down low by Justin Edwards as we have a foul on Janai Broom. Looked like Edwards got a little bit of contact too, but they called the foul on Janai. All smiles over on that Sixers bench, and rightfully so. You see McCain talking to Adem Bona. You see Tyrese Maxey hanging out with Paul George and having a nice little conversation with him. Sixers play the Warriors on Thursday, the Bucks Friday, and then they welcome in the Lakers on Sunday night at 7:30. And they're off for a little bit of time, and then they'll play the Indiana Pacers on Friday of next week. Sort of like a pre-All-Star break. And the Sixers could certainly use that. Gordon on the outside takes it over to the elbow, gives it over to Janai Broom, and Broom's floater is no good. Less than 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Salas for 3. Or not Salas, that's Bub Carrington for a 3, and he knocks it down. 121-97. Tristan Vukcevic, 6 for 9, shooting wise from the field with 16 points for the Washington Wizards. This guy averages about 5 points per game, and this has been a season high for him. He beat his season high from before. That was 12 points against the Chicago Bulls in 20 minutes back in November of last year. Here's a little heater by Washington, and they get it to go. That was Bub Carrington just chucking up a shot with the shot clock winding down and just getting luck to go his way. It's now a 121-100 game, and Sixers got to just beat that clock down. 1 minute to go. Walker, Broom, Edwards, Gordon, and Salas. That's the 5 players out there for Philadelphia. Can't hit the bucket on the other side. Washington's 3, and that's rebounded by Jabari Walker. Give him now 11 boards in this ball game. Edwards to Broom. They'll reset it over to Jabari Walker, who runs down the lane. He wanted that little posterizer. Wasn't going to get it that time, and the rebound belongs to Malachi Bram. And another layup on the other side is good. 33 seconds left to go, and the Sixers, they're just going to let this clock go all the way down. And Washington will get the ball back after the Sixers shot clock violation. Franklin, the dog, is standing on up. And the Sixers are ready to get that victory. As Andre Drummond, Jared McCain all ready to line up. 9.5 seconds left. And Washington will just inbound the ball, and that is going to do it. The 76ers get themselves their 11th win of the season and beat the 3-16 Washington Wizards and get themselves the W. Ring the bell for the Sixers and Tyrese Maxey. Let's go! Good win by the Sixers. Let's go, baby. All right. We play the song longer when it's a good win. And this one, you know what? It was a good win, but there's still a lot that needs to be done. But the Sixers did take care of business tonight. I think that I would have played it a little bit longer if it was a bigger opponent. But this was a good. This was a win that the Sixers needed. I mean, we're just going to be straight up. Number 0 had 20 points in the third quarter and took over this game and put the game away. It's not a joke anymore. This guy is clearly one of the best players in the NBA, and it's not even a joke. We talked about for years how this guy has a ceiling to just be a very good player. I think that if you would have told me, if you would have told a lot of people that coming out of the draft of that 2020 or the 2019-2020 draft, that the Sixers would get themselves a superstar that sort of reminds everybody of Allen Iverson, I think that they would have called everybody crazy back then. But this guy is special, and every single year just continues to show why he's so great in the offseason. He works on his craft. You hear from all these reporters, you hear from all these insiders how much work this guy just puts on in during the offseason, being the first person in the gym, getting 5 workouts a day, up to 5 workouts. We heard that at one point. And it's all paying off. I'm watching this guy rise to the occasion tonight. I'm watching him split defenders. I'm watching him provide Euro steps and just beating everybody to the punch. This guy is one of the fastest, if not the fastest player in the league. I don't know if he's faster than De'Aaron Fox. I don't know if he's faster than Kyrie, even at this point of his career. But he just has a lot of speed, and it's so hard to keep up with him as a defender. It's pretty much unstoppable. He had one play tonight where he had a chance to go up with a regular layup, but he decided to hit his defender with the reverse, getting the buy on a pump fake, drawing the contact. I mean, his IQ has just continued to get better and better. And when the three's not falling, he's making other plays happen. He's passing the ball better. He had no turnovers tonight. None. It's just wild. And it's not a fluke anymore. Put Tyrese Maxey in the conversation for most valuable player up to this point, because what he's doing is taking over in the NBA. That's all he's doing right now. Wild stuff. The Wizards are a bad team. The Wizards are not good. There's a reason why that they are where they are. They just do not have, A, they're not healthy, and B, when they are fully healthy, they just do not have a playoff pedigree at all. They are just trying to, you can absolutely tell that they're trying to get a top pick in the draft, and they're just not playing competitive. I feel bad for C.J. McCollum playing over there. Feels like that he's giving it his all, and he just does not deserve to be in that type of a spot. But, yeah, Jared McCain played sensational today. That's my other big positive, and he looked really good out there too. I do not wish injury upon anybody. I do not like it when players get hurt, but I saw this as an opportunity with Quentin Grimes out with the calf strain tightness. I thought, well, here's an opportunity for Jared McCain to get more minutes. Like, there's clearly no excuse now for Nick Nurse not to stack up Jared McCain minutes, because if he did that tonight, probably would have gotten fired tomorrow. So, but yeah, McCain did very well. The ball movement looked very good. He was making really good plays, especially out in transition. He was just facilitating the ball at a very high level. And he also has a lot of speed. When he's driving downhill and he's going with the right hand, I like his speed that he's able to utilize too. It's sort of underrated. It's not like fast speed, but it's just I don't know. It's a different type of speed compared to Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese just runs, and he runs at 1,000,000 miles per hour, but he has that soft touch. And McCain, I don't know. He sort of speeds up at the last second. He builds up that speed when he's rolling downhill, and it's a beauty to watch. It is. Watching them out there on the court together on offense was awesome to watch. Did I talk about how great Tyrese Maxey's defense was? Because if I didn't, well, that's not right. Tyrese Maxey had his best defensive game of his career. This guy was getting back on defense. He was blocking passing lanes, and he knew exactly where the ball was going to go. And he was there. He looked like he was a safety out there on defense, recognizing when to poke the ball, when to get into people's grills. One play where Marvin Bagley has a mismatch on him, and he tugs the basketball out of his hands and just punches it out like it's a football. It's good. It's really, really good. So, we are going to do a post-game show, and I want to hear what your thoughts are. Give me about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll take some phone calls. Hardcore says that this was a snooze fest. It was a good snooze fest, though. This was a good snooze fest. Not all snooze fests are bad. We've seen a lot of bad ones this year. This one was a good one, and we'll take it. Doug is also here as well. Shout out to you, man. We'll be right back in 3 minutes, and we're going to do a post-game show. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on into the Philadelphia 76ers post-game show here on Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too. The 76ers provide a 19-point victory against the Washington Wizards, who are now 3-17 on the season, and this was not even a competition at all. The Sixers, the final score does not even do this game justice. The Sixers had a 36-point lead at one point in this game, and that was early on in the fourth quarter. They played very well. This Washington Wizards team is really bad. And again, I have to keep saying it. They are just not, I mean, there's a reason why that they're at the bottom of the barrel. And they're just looking to try to get another lottery pick, get another top protected draft pick, and continue to rebuild their franchise because they're bad. The Sixers outplayed them in every single way, except they lost the battle on the rebound. And we're going to break everything down. We'll get more to it. The Sixers dominated on the fast break. They had 24 fast break points. The Wizards conceded 28 points off of their turnovers. And the Sixers capitalized. 12 steals for the 76ers, too. Just 5 for the Wizards. This game, with the way that things started off in this game, and I'll get to Tyrese Maxey in just a second. If you guys want to call in into the show, you can. 610-314-0844 is the phone number. This was a very weird start that the Sixers had in this game because they were not playing defense at all. They left a lot of guys wide open, shooting threes, and realistically, if I'm calling a spade, the Sixers got away with a lot because the Wizards are just a bad shooting team. It's just C.J. McCollum and everybody else out there. Keyshawn George has had a nice year, but Keyshawn George is not a number 2 option on a playoff contending team. He's not. You can't have him as a number 2, and that's where the Washington Wizards are right now. The Sixers had a lot of isolation ball in that first quarter, and I thought that Paul George didn't have a good first quarter at all. I don't think he had a good overall game. Chucked up a lot of shots, especially in that first quarter. For some reason, they're not giving the ball to Tyrese Maxey, and this guy's just taking ridiculous shots. He pulls up from the logo at one point, and he puts up a 3, and I'm thinking to myself, what the heck is going on? We're not just going to swing the ball around. We're just going to watch Paul George step back ISO and brick a shot that we knew was not even going to go in from the start, and he just puts up a ridiculous 3. So that was really the first quarter in a nutshell. The Sixers were playing a lot of ISO ball. They also were not defending. But then Jared McCain, the one positive that I had out of that first quarter was that Jared McCain looked like he was fresh. it felt like that the Sixers had Jared McKeon on a leash. And finally, they could just let him loose tonight and go out there and be himself. When we're watching Jared McKeon in these ever since he's come back, the Sixers have really not been able to find a home for him. And it sucks because I was hearing DJ, shout out to DJ. But DJ was saying, though, on Run It Back Philly, that the Sixers, when it comes to Jared McKeon, he's their best valuable asset. And he's right. If the Sixers are going to make a trade at the deadline, he's their most valuable asset. And right now, it just seems like he doesn't fit with what they're trying to do. And it sucks because we like him as a playmaker. We like him as an offensive-minded scorer, too, and a very good passer. But he just doesn't fit with what they're trying to do. Quentin Grimes seems to be getting more minutes. And Nick Nurse has sort of gone that way. And seeing how Quentin Grimes has stepped up, I mean, at times it looks really ugly, and it looks like Quentin shouldn't even be out there. But when it's good, it's good. And he can give you that spark off the bench, which is fun to watch. But when it gets reckless, it's not fun. But the bottom line is that it felt like that the leash was off of Jared McKeon today. He starts off scoring the ball, makes a little nice beauty of a shot in the paint, where he gets a little reverse layup to go, beats everybody to the punch, good English off the backboard, and then he hits a wide open three on the very next possession. And then he had 1 3 that he should have hit. I thought it was going to go on in, but he got the steal. He got his hand in the cookie jar off of Keyshawn George, and Paul George ended up picking it up out in transition. And then Jared McKeon got the ball back over on the far corner, and he just missed that 3. He's actually, I think, really good when it comes to moving and hitting the 3 that way. His feet don't always have to be set. He can sort of move on the fly and still knock down 3s that way. Not a lot of guys in the NBA can do that. Takes a lot of talent to do so. But Jared McKeon kept you in that first quarter. Tyrese Maxey was a little bit quiet. But then in the second quarter, it just felt like that the 76ers were just gassing up the Washington Wizards, and the Wizards had no business being in that game. And what really I thought was the difference of that second quarter was that the Sixers did a better job rebounding the ball. They were getting out-rebounded. Andre Drummond is getting out-rebounded by Marvin Bagley III in the first quarter. And the Sixers, again, are just giving up wide-open 3s. They're not hustling back out in transition on defense. This is sort of like the same defense that we've been watching every single game. So in the second quarter, we go there, and Tyrese Maxey makes a nice little step-back 3 to put the Sixers up. Or it was a step-back mid-range J. It was a mid-range J. It was from 20 feet, and he puts the Sixers up by 3. Justin Edwards then knocks down a wide-open 3 from a beautiful pass. I mean, that was a dot from Jared McKeon over to Justin Edwards in the corner, on the far wing. Sixers are providing really good ball movement. Boom, 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 boom. Ball finds the wide open shooter. Justin Edwards knocks down the 3. Sixers don't play defense again on the other side, and then Andre Drummond makes a layup, and then Keyshawn George gets called for the shooting foul. Again, the ball is going through Jared McKeon's hands. When the ball is going through his hands, the Sixers, I still don't think are calling plays, but Jared McKeon just knows where everybody is on the floor, and he understands how to read a defense. That stuff can't be taught. That's just instincts. That's just gifts. And the ball movement was very fluid with him out there in that second quarter. The Sixers then, though, went a little bit cold. After Jared McKeon, it's a little floater with 8:44 to go. Washington gets back in this game. And I thought that as soon as where was he? As soon as who am I thinking? Jabari Walker comes on in with like 8:49 to go. So the lead is cut to 7. Okay? Washington is sort of cutting on into this lead. Wizards call a timeout. Jabari Walker comes on in. And he's out there at the 4. He comes on in, and he hits a big-time 3 to put the Sixers up by 10 off of a bad pass by Bub Carrington. I don't know why Eric Gordon came on into the game at that point. That was something else that was sort of a head-scratcher to me. I don't know why you put him on in. Eric Gordon only has to play Nick Nurse when the Sixers are up by 25 points. And they were at one point. But Jabari hits a wide-open 3, and then he hits another 3 about a minute later. It was on the very next Sixers offensive possession. And that puts them up by 12. And then Walker gets an offensive rebound off of a missed 3 by Jared McCain. And Tyrese Maxey hits a floater. So clearly this guy is out there making an impact. And that rebound that he had, he was being double-teamed, if you will, and he still was able to jump up high enough over both of those defensive players just to get that rebound. That was clutch. So that was a big positive. You needed somebody to come off the bench and give you that little spark plug, and Jabari Walker did that tonight, especially in that second quarter. So you go into halftime, you're up 66-54. He also had a dunk with about 45 and a half seconds to go. And then I forgot to mention this dude, VJ Edgecombe, comes on in with like 2:16 left, and he's all fired up. And he goes down Broadway, and he hits a right-handed sledgehammer right over at the rack and just rocks the whole arena. That was awesome to watch, too. You think about this guy and the injuries that that he has dealt with, and he's coming off of a game where he was on a minutes restriction. I love watching him play. I really do. I think that this guy is going to eventually take on over, and he's going to have a really good career. I was looking at, I said Anthony Edwards was like the best comp that I could make to him, but he looks good in this game. And I thought that his defense was really strong. But we'll get to individual performances in a sec. Sixers are up by 12 at halftime. Here we go again. 76ers look like that they're going to collapse in the third quarter. And it actually really did feel that way. Because Washington goes on a 7-0 run. And things do not look good. Keyshawn George hits a 3. C.J. McCollum doing C.J. McCollum types of things. Gets himself a 2. Marvin Bagley, the third, was a wall. And nobody could just get by him. Tyrese Maxey's going up with this layup inside. And this guy's looking like he's in prime Henrik Lundqvist. Really. Just blocking shots left and right. And making some really good plays. But then what the Sixers do is they decide, you know what, we're going to try to make Tyrese Maxey go downhill, and we're going to have him hit some threes, and we're going to win out in transition. And Tyrese Maxey took over that third quarter with that 3 that he made to put the Sixers up by 8. That was the climax of this game. They have a 5-point lead. Sixers need a hero. They need somebody to step up, and Tyrese Maxey delivered. And that's why he's the of this game. Now, on the very next possession, Maxey does commit a shooting foul. He fouls Marvin Bagley. And then Paul George hits a three. I don't know how he hit it, but he did. And that puts the Sixers back up by 9. From about the 5-minute marker, Tyrese Maxey is just pulling up. He's hitting the mid-range J. He's hitting these step-back three-pointers that look like make him look like he's James Harden out there in his prime, going in between the legs, hitting the step-back fadeaway, and then he goes into the lane on the very next offensive possession after he gets a steal and just whizzes past everybody and just throws it down with 2 hands. It was GG at that point. And he flexes his arms after he makes an and one with like 4:46 to go. You can't stop him. Washington doesn't even double team him, which I thought was actually kind of funny. They didn't double team him once in this game. And Maxey just saw the open floor a lot of times and just made plays happen for himself. So the Sixers go up at that point, 101-77 to end the third quarter. Maxey, I believe, had 8 straight drives where he either assisted or scored on a field goal. I believe that's what the stat I saw was. Just ridiculous with how he took over in that third quarter. And then that put the Wizards away. It did. The fourth quarter starts. Edgecombe steps up too. VJ Edgecombe, I think that this is not the first time that I've seen him step up in the fourth quarter. When he's out there with these lineups that the Sixers provide, feels like VJ makes some sort of noise, and he has a couple of minutes where he just goes on a little run himself, and it's nice to see. He had a 3. He had a little layup inside. Also played really good defense, blocking passing lanes. One play where Keyshawn George is looking to throw it inside down low over to Marvin Bagley III. And VJ just, utilizes his wingspan, just tips the ball, gets the steal, outlet pass over to Jared McCain. Easy layup. And then Andre Drummond makes his daily corner 3. And it was JJ. At that point, the Wizards are desperate. They had 2 timeouts remaining with about 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. That's how bad of a team they are. When you have 2 timeouts left and you're down by that much, you're down by 36 points, just wave the white flag. You're done. You're done. That's it. Good luck tanking. And go out there, try to make your franchise better. But all jokes aside, it was a kick your feet up type of a game, and the Sixers needed this. This was a stress-free game, and you didn't even have to watch. You could just tell by the box score that the Sixers came to play, and the Wizards are just not a good team. So, individual performances, and then I will get to you guys. And by the way, chat, please let me know what this grade you're going to give them tonight is. What is your letter grade for this team as a whole? I will tell you that Nick Nurse, I did not think had a good game plan either. I do question what he does. I question his philosophies. I question his decision-making. His coaching has just not been good. I thought that his players bailed him out today. But yes, my positives from this game, Tyrese Maxey and Jared McCain by far. McCain, 14 points, a plus 37. I don't take a lot of stock into the plus-minus category. Sometimes it's a good stat. Other times it's a stat that's meaningless, but the plus 37 tonight meant a lot. And here's why. Because every time that he was out there, he was being used as an actual point guard. He wasn't just spot-up shooting. It wasn't like he was standing on an island all by himself, and when the Sixers are playing iso ball, he's just out of the picture. He needs the ball in his hands in order to make plays happen. And I felt like the ball distribution was great because it started with him as the head of the snake running and operating the offense. And then Tyrese Maxey ran and operated the offense too. It was a really good balance tonight between McCann and Maxey. And I know it's just one game, but I still think that building around the both of them is what the Sixers have to do. And it's no disrespect to Quentin Grimes. As much as I like him as a player, I think that the Sixers operate a better offense with Jared McCain. So he played very well. Dominic Barlow tonight got into some foul trouble early on. Thought that he made a couple of reckless mistakes, slapping defenders, or slapping opponents, if you will, on the wrist a couple of times early on in that first quarter. And the lack of size hurt the Sixers in that first quarter because nobody was jumping up and getting rebounds. Andre Drummond, I know that he had 10 rebounds in this game, but it felt like he only had maybe one rebound in that first quarter. He was getting outboarded, if you will, by Marvin Bagley III. But, yeah, Andre Drummond giving you a typical 10-rebound game. And he's also doing this, shout out to him, because he's doing this with an injury that he should technically be out for a couple of weeks. He didn't have to return in the last game, and he did. I didn't think he should have played, but shout out to him for fighting through that adversity, because that is not easy, unlike other players that I know that choose and pick games to play, all that type of stuff. So, yeah. VJ, I know he only had 9 points today. I know that he had 10 field goal attempts and played in 24 minutes, but that defense was great. 2 steals, 2 blocks. He does make an impact. I thought that he took a lot of good shots today as well. Thought he was aggressive at times and made an impact. You're not going to have to rely on VJ Edgecombe or Jared McCain to get you 20 points a night. The one thing I like about this team is when they are fully healthy, that Tyrese can do his thing. He can get you 30, and then somebody else can get you 20, or somebody else can contribute, or it's maybe a multitude of guys. And I thought Jared McCain, Jabari Walker, and VJ Edgecombe made a lot of contributions. Dominic Barlow had a little stretch too, where he got a little bit aggressive downhill and made some good shots as well. But it was a good group effort tonight between those guys. And Justin Edwards, too, shout out to him for coming on in a couple of times and knocking down threes. I really like Justin Edwards as a spot-up three-point shooter. I think that when he tries to get a little bit fancy going on into the lane, I think that he does a little bit too much there. He, to me, is a 3-and-D type of a guy where all I want him to do as soon as he gets the ball is to catch and shoot. And then just play good, solid defense on the perimeter or on the wing. So, Adem Bona. I know he had 4 points in this game, but he had a block. He had 5 rebounds. I thought that when Dominic Barlow and Andre Drummond were getting into foul trouble, I actually thought that he held the fort down pretty well. I thought that the Sixers sort of survived without Andre Drummond and Dominic Barlow, and there were times where I'm watching him get a couple of offensive rebounds on the same possession, and he's just able to out-jump everybody in the gym. So, Just a nice snooze fest by the Philadelphia 76ers. The Wizards suck. The Sixers take care of business, do what they have to do, and finally provide a stress-free type of a win where you can just sit back, put your feet up, and just focus on going to bed. It's good. All right. I will take phone calls. Again, if you guys want to call in, you most certainly can. And last but certainly not least, this is the last thing I wanted to say, is that the Sixers played their best defense that I've seen in quite some time today. Now, take that what you will. You can either take it with a grain of salt, or you could take it with some positivity. And I look at it as more of a positive sign. Because I do think that Tyrese Maxey has stepped up defensively. I know that he's not the best defensive player out there, and he's going to get picked on because of his size, but that guy brings so much effort every single time that he's out there guarding whoever he has to guard. And he caused a lot of problems on defense. I actually thought that he was the best defensive player out there tonight for the 76ers, along with VJ Edgecombe. No disrespect to Paul George, because Paul George, even though he didn't have a good shooting night tonight and didn't really make a whole lot of an impact on the offensive side, he makes an impact too. Tyrese Maxey, I don't think, has the game that he has on the defensive side if Paul George does not play. But Maxey played such great defense tonight, and I loved it. Caused 4 of the Wizards' 15 turnovers. So, all right. We'll take some phone calls, 610-314-0844. That is how you dial on into the postgame show. I'm going to open up the lines right now. We'll switch on over to the live stream screen. Hit the thumbs up button and let us know how you guys feel about this ball game. I'm interested to see what's going to happen when Kelly Oubre comes back. And, of course, with Joel Embiid coming back, too, when is he going to return? I don't know. But I'm just curious to see how they just put all of this together. And we might not ever see it. Maybe I'm getting my hopes up. But I'm still sort of waiting for that, if you will. Okay. Let's turn on the Bluetooth. Let's turn off the Do Not Disturbed with our voicemail. So again, calling in if you guys want. It's good. Did I connect the Bluetooth? Did I connect the Bluetooth to this? I did not. Now I can. There we go. Good stuff. Think this year the Sixers should look at getting a young athletic center, someone who can play defense and give you 20 to 25 points a night and 7 to 10 rebounds, says Doug. Well, unfortunately, Doug, I would love that, but you're not going to be able to replace Joel Embiid. And unfortunately, like the way that I look at it, and this is the way how a lot of other Sixers media members and other people that cover the team look at it too. When Joel Embiid's going to play, even if Andre Drummond is getting you like 15 to 20 rebounds or whatever the case is, they're going to play Joel because they still feel like that they have a championship window with him as a starter. They're not going to bench him. They're not going to find a way to get him off the books. I would like a center that could certainly do that. And look, I'm a big Joel Embiid defender. I've loved this guy ever since he came on over to the 76ers, and they just have not been able to build around him. They extended them way too soon. The guy does get hurt, but as a talent, man, you can't deny that with what he did during his prime, he was special. Unfortunately, though, they're in a really tough spot because they're not gonna look to move on from him. And if they do, which team is gonna take him? So it's not like when he comes back, he's just gonna go out there on the bench. No, it's not the case, and they're not going to be able to easily move off from him. But I hear you, though. Malcio, what's going on, man? What's up, dude? Anybody else want to give their thoughts about this game and just about this team in general? Again, like a really, a nice win. But yeah. 20 points in the third quarter for Tyrese Maxey. Good. Really good. Showing a lot of maturity and taking positive steps. Just enjoying JJ talk. Didn't get to see the game, but getting all the info. Yep. Yeah, man. It was. I think that snooze fest is the right word. I think Hardcore said it the best. This was indeed the snooze fest, and this was a kicker. And what I mean by kicker is just to kick your feet up. Maybe kicker's not the right word. But yeah. What else? What are people saying on Twitter? Let's look at what some of these media members are saying on Twitter about the 76ers. Jacob Marino, a couple hours ago. Fun fact, VJ Edgecombe assisted on all 8 of Paul George's points. Supposed a couple hours ago. Yeah, I thought Justin Edwards had a really good first half. I thought that he made some nice threes, got some space. Defenses were collapsing on him, and he knocked down wide open jump shots. I said this before. I will say it again. I like him. He actually, the Justin Edwards' comp, in my opinion, is like Robert Covington, except that he is better as far as his three-point shooting goes. I think that Robert Covington is a very good comparison to describe Justin Edwards, except he can actually dribble the ball. I don't want him always taking it right to the cup, but Justin's game sort of reminds me a little bit of Rocco, because Rocco was also really good at deflecting shots, and he was a really good perimeter defensive player, and he could step up. And I think Justin Edwards, when he's put into the right positions, can be a really good defensive player. We saw that a lot last year. Saw him make an impact out in transition a lot today. But yes, Justin Edwards. What else? What else do we have? What's everybody else saying over on Twitter? This was posted a little bit ago. I saw that tweet about Ben Simmons saying that he played for the Sixers for free, but right now he's focused on getting his body to 100%. Honestly, if we're being really honest with you, Ben Simmons on this team, he would fit right on in. And what do I mean by that? A guy that is just never healthy. A guy that's, a guy that's just going to be out on certain nights. I don't want to say that he's never healthy, because, yes, there are times like where he is dealing with a back injury or there's something that's going on. But I think that with the injuries that the Sixers have dealt with this year, he'd fit in perfectly. That's crazy. Anything else from Sixers outlets, from Sixers media? I think that that's pretty much it. Sixers Adam, did he say anything about this game? I don't think so. Sixers leading scorer by game this season. Maxey, Edwards, Maxey, Oubre, Maxey. So you're telling me in 18 of the 20 games that the Sixers have played, Tyrese Maxey has led the team in scoring in all 18 of those games. I saw a stat before. This is something that I saw from NBC Sports Philadelphia that I took a picture of. Shout out to them and their crew. But here's something interesting. Most points per game in Sixers' first 20 games of a season. This is franchise history. Allen Iverson in 2005 to 2006 averaged 34.1 points per game. That's the most. Joel Embiid during the 2023-24 season, that was his MVP year, 33.1 points per game. Wilt Chamberlain in 1965 to 1966, 33.1 as well. Tyrese Maxey this year, 32.5. And Joel Embiid in 2022-23, 32.3. So you're telling me that Tyrese Maxey is in company with Wilt Chamberlain, Allen Iverson, and Joel Embiid. That's awesome. That's awesome. Just has to keep it up. And I think he will. It's not a fluke anymore. What this guy is doing is special. He's logging in a ton of minutes, and he's laying everything out there on the court. It's not even just skill, it's effort. Good stuff. Halftime says we need Oubre back bad. Yeah. Sometimes you don't know what you have until it's gone, folks. Sometimes you don't realize that, like, man, if the Sixers had a primetime Joel Embiid with Tyrese Maxey, just imagine how they would look. Imagine if Kelly Oubre was back with this lineup. We've criticized Kelly. We've criticized Andre Drummond. And you know what? When Andre Drummond leaves, if he were to leave or if he were to get hurt and miss a couple of weeks, well, we don't really talk about it, but we have a rebounding problem. So, you don't know what you have until it's not there. And if we're not talking about it, that means that they're doing a good job in that area. You know? We take it for granted. A boring win is always a great win, says Doug. A boring win is always, yeah. I think that this type of boring win, is a good one. I really do feel that way. I do. For some reason, Bluetooth is not working. I will take phone calls. If you guys want to call in, you most certainly can. Let's see. Let's see if I can get Roadcaster to come on right now. Is it going to come on? There we go. Good stuff. All right. I saw that a phone call was coming on and it wasn't hooked up to the Bluetooth. You're more than welcome to call back again, my friend. Denver is also here. Dog says, have to go, JJ. Thank you and take care. You too, man. Shout out to you, man. Denver, let's go, baby. Let's go. JJ, you were my number 2 most watched YouTube channel this year. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I really do, man. Shout out to you. Big shout out to you, man. If this caller wants to call back on in, they can. Sorry. I don't know why it wasn't hooked up to the Bluetooth. But yeah, that's all I got. That's it. That's all that I got from this game. We'll see what happens with Joel Embiid. Is he going to be available for the next game? At this point, I don't really care. I really don't. For some reason, it's still not going on over to the Bluetooth. I don't know why. Let's try to put it on now. Yo, what's going on? You were on the play-by-play with
JJ.
JJ postgame show. What's up?
Hey, JJ, how you doing, man? This is Brother Elliot.
Elliot, what's going on, man?
Listen, man, you are the best, man. I really enjoy your broadcast. I enjoy your information. It's very informative. Very much on the point.
I appreciate you, man. I really do.
So I want to pose a question to you about the coach, Nick Nurse.
Go for it.
Nick Nurse was kind of known when he was in Toronto. I don't know if that was the reason why they cut him loose, but he was known for like running some of his players in the ground.
Yes.
And Tyrese Maxey is having a lights out season, but you don't want to burn the brother out. I mean, we only 20 games in, and he's playing 40 and 48 and 50-something minutes in the last game, and all their guards are small. They don't have no guards. What's his name? The guy that was out tonight, Ron.
Yep.
He's the biggest guard at 6'4". Against the Washington, but what are they gonna do when they play Golden State and the Lakers Sunday night?
Yeah.
You know that they don't listen. Tell me, why is Kyle Lowry taking up a roster spot? And why is Janae Boone, the guy that they drafted? He's a bum, man. He's a bum. My man DJ Armstrong said he can't jump over a soda can, and he's right.
Yes. You're right.
He's not an NBA player, JJ. Come on, man. So, like, I don't know what their management is doing, but those are two roster spots right there. You know, when he came in the game tonight, Janae Brown, their lead went from 30-something quickly down to 19 points. He missed 3 foul shots. He got 2 fouls. And, I mean, he's no good, man. Come on.
Did you see that one play, too, where it wasn't Bilal Coulibaly, I forget who it was, but he, like, out-jumped him just to get a rebound, and I'm like, dude, that's like some Mo Bamba type of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. You know, I would like to know, because I know you're really good at knowing, technology and stuff about the game.
Yeah.
Who in the draft, who was drafted before Janae Brown? Who else could they got besides him?
So, as far who else could they have gotten besides him? I'd have to go back to it, but I do.
If you ever do any research, man, I still would like to know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why they drafted that guy. You know, the first time he even played, Nick Nurse played him the whole season was a couple of games ago.
You know, they could have taken at that point of the draft. He was drafted. What was he? The 14th? No, he wasn't the 14th pick. Which pick was he? He was their second round pick, I believe. I believe he was their second round pick.
I mean, he didn't look good in the preseason.
No.
He didn't look good in the few minute games that he did get in the game. And tonight he looked terrible. I mean, I know that was garbage time. But, man, when a player comes in and your lead goes down 10, 11, 12 points real quick, I mean, come on. Nick Nurse called a timeout, man. I know he wanted to take him out, but he didn't, you know?
Yeah, he was the 35th pick. So, I mean, I don't know how some of these guys are going to pan out, but the guy from Sacramento that was taken as the 42nd pick, his name was Maxime Renaud from France. I don't know how he's doing this year, but I believe that he's a better rebounder. You know, if they wanted to go with another, I don't think that they should have went with a guard, but Tyrese Proctor, I mean, we've heard great things about him at Duke. He was taken by the Cavaliers. As far as talent goes, I mean, he was not the most talented guy that they could have drafted. He kind of like reminds me of like a worse version of Jahlil Okafor. At least Jahlil Okafor could play offense, you know? Like this guy is just such a liability. It's sad.
He is, man. And you know, I heard you talking about Justin Edwards. I didn't know he was 6'8".
Yeah. Yeah. He's a tall dude, man.
Can he play any guard? Can he play any guard for them at all, or no? He don't handle the ball good enough.
He doesn't handle the ball well. He doesn't have that slick ball movement. I mean, I said it before. He kind of reminds me with when I'm watching him. He sort of reminds me of like what Robert Covington was supposed to be as a 3-point shooter. Maybe not as talented when it comes to his defense, but he has like a really good IQ. The problem is that when he's handling the ball, he's doing too much, and he gets a little bit sloppy with the ball. I see him trying to drive it some of the time, and I'm just like, hey, you gotta kick it out. You know, you gotta like less is more with Justin Edwards.
Yeah, and that reminds me of Grimes too, because he plays good. He'll hit threes for you, but then when he starts handling the ball too much, man, he starts messing up.
You're right. No, you're right, and that's exactly why I said. I didn't mean to cut you off, but like that's exactly why I said I want Jared McCain to just be taking up the ball more, because I think as great as Quentin Grimes is, no disrespect to him. I mean, there's a reason why he's doing really well scoring off the bench, but the offense just looks better with Jared McCain out there because he's a point guard.
Yeah, and if Nick Nurse knew how to coach better. You know, the Sixers got a stock full of small forwards and big forwards. They got about 7 of them.
Yes.
So if they could play some good defense and try to cover for him, he could play with Maxey. You know, I mean, he's the best point guard they got.
I agree.
And I mean, he's 6'2" or 6'3", but Maxey's only 6'2". You know, and in this NBA, man, most of these teams, the Knicks got big guards, the Celtics got big guards.
You're right.
You know, and the Lakers that they got to play Sunday night, now that they got what's his name? I mean, come on, and he'll cook you because he's 6'5", 6'6", the guy they got from Dallas. He's cooking.
Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%.
I'm no Nick Nurse fan, man. You know, I mean. I wish I could say more for him, but I don't think they're going too far with him, man, because he don't know how to use the pieces that he does have well enough. I don't think so.
I just don't understand how they had so much success moving the ball with him at the first year. I'm really starting to wonder, was a lot of the offensive play calling from Sam Cassell that year? Because you could just see that. Well, I'm just saying that because you could see that the ball movement was just so crisp. I mean, Nico Batum, it didn't matter who it was. Like, we'd see all these tic-tac-toe plays where somebody was at the top of the key, they give it to Joel Embiid or whoever it was at the nail, and then somebody would just cut backdoor to the rim and just get a wide-open layup or just get an alley-oop dunk. And it just felt like that the play calling was so crisp. Now, over these last 2 years, we're watching this offense go out there, and what do? They either A, play ISO basketball, which doesn't always work. Tyrese ISOing all the time. It's just not going to work all the time. And as much as I love Tyrese, you just can't have him isolate all the time. Or you're just going to do a dribble handoff. Yes.
They got no set plays, JJ.
There's no set plays. No. I mean, do you remember the one play where Quentin Grimes out of a timeout, like they had 20 seconds to go and they wasted 17 seconds, and Grimes took that prayer of a three. They wasted all that time because they just don't have a good play caller.
They don't. I like that Batum guy, man. I wish they hadn't got rid of him.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's kind of an old head, but hey,
Nah.
Well, look, man, keep up the good work, man. You know, I'm gonna try to, send a little something into you, man. You know, because I appreciate your work. I appreciate, the broadcast, and I wish Nick Nurse had some of your skills, man.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks so much for calling on in. Call back anytime, man. Really, and a big shout out to you.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Have a good one.
Have a good.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut him out. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. But shout out to him, man. That was a great call. That was fantastic. That was absolutely awesome. I got to give him the MVP chance. I do. Look, he's right about Nick Nurse. We've been saying it all year long. I feel like a broken record. I feel like every time that I'm watching the Sixers play, I'm just watching a guy that, at this point, you got to question, does he even coach the team? Like, do they even have practices? I'm watching somebody that's looking like, the offense looks like it's a Doc Rivers-esque type of an offense. One has to question these things. Again, like, I don't cover the Sixers. I used to cover the Blue Coats, but I can't say these things definitively, but one has to speculate that. It's just the truth. Also, what he said, there was something else that he said which I thought was really interesting besides the Nick Nurse stuff. We talked about Janai Broome. Clearly, he just doesn't look like that he can play. I was wondering why the Sixers, when they were so thin with Andre Drummond out and Joel Embiid out, why weren't they playing Janai Broome? And clearly you could see why. This guy just is Mo Bamba 2.0. This guy can't jump. This guy can't rebound. He can't box out. I mean, nobody really knows how to box out on the Sixers team, or nobody can box out. But this guy just clearly doesn't know how to do it. And it's sad. It's really sad. And I don't know what Daryl Morey saw with him, but clearly that draft pick is not working out. So, all right, anything else in the chat before I wrap things up? I think that's it. I do. All right, well, shout out to everybody. I love you all very much. I will catch you all in the next one. Our next game is going to be on Thursday. Sixers play against the Golden State Warriors. We'll see how things do go. And, yeah, overall, good, boring win for the 76ers. And hopefully they can get a W against the Warriors in their next game. We'll see. Love you all, Laila Tov. Good night, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.